All right, we're live. This is Barry George, the man behind Club Fillers Inc. I thought I'd jump on here today and answer some questions because I've been getting a lot of questions. So, you know, I thought I'd jump on here. We're going to talk about travel, talk about, exploring the world. You can ask me any question, man. We're gonna talk about a lot of things today. We're gonna talk about a lot of things today. Yes, Barry from Club Fillers Inc. Well, we might as well start it off. My name is Barry George. Yes, my nickname is Barry the Boss. Yes, some people call me Boom. How did I get that nickname? Yeah, people always ask me, how did I get that nickname, Barry the Boss? Yeah, well, I was living in Thailand. I've been living there for I was living there for 7 years. Yeah, I started run a promotional company, and this promotional company was like employing people. So I started just employing people and yeah, man, I got a lot of people who wanted to join my company, and basically I was just employing people a lot. So I just developed a nickname called Barry the Boss, and that's why they call me Barry the Boss. It started from there, from Thailand, from England. My nickname was Boom. They used to call me Boom. So some people call me Boom still. Barry the Boss, that's a nice name still. But yeah, like I said, yeah, that was where it all started, and you know, I just it just carried on from there. You know what I mean? I don't know where these things are coming from, but yeah, like I said, it carried on from there, and yeah, like I said. Yeah, man. People ask me a lot of questions when I'm on this YouTube, so I thought I'll answer a couple of the questions and see take it from there. You know what I mean? Where am I from? I'm from UK. I'm from London, England. Born in London, England. Yeah, I'm from UK. My parents are black Jamaican. Yeah, I'm Jamaican. Yeah, so yeah, UK. You know what I mean? UK. What do I do for a living? People say to me, "What do I do for a living?" Yeah, I do for a living. Well, basically, I'm an entrepreneur, so I run multiple businesses. Um, I do I run a promotional business, Club Fillers Inc. As you know, this is the YouTube channel, Club Fillers Inc. I've got online business. And I've got a couple other businesses, which I'm running. So, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I do a few things, but I also, got a few hobbies as well, which I do as well, traveling the world and encouraging people to travel the world. So I do YouTube a bit as well. YouTube's a good thing to do. You know what I mean? That's good, man. Yeah, that's wherever I travel to. People always ask me where I travel to, man. Yeah, I travel to. I've been like Thailand, Vietnam. Yeah, I've been Philippines, India. I lived in Thailand for 7 years. I've been Jamaica, Dominican Republic. I've been all over the Caribbean. Yeah, I've been Africa. I've been Tunisia. I've been a lot of places, man. I traveled a lot of places, man. You know what I mean? I try to just travel a lot, and yeah, I try to just, yeah, I've traveled a lot of places, but I lived in Thailand for 7 years. So, yeah, man, I had a good time down there in Thailand for 7 years. And yeah, that was good. That was good. I had a good time down there. And yeah, just jumping on here to answer a few questions that people can get used to what I'm about, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I'm about. So when they ask me what's my hobbies, I say to them my hobbies, I like to go to the gym. I like to go to social media, you know what I mean? Go out to eat, you know what I mean? Socialize. I like to go clubbing. You know what I mean? Usual hobbies, which I like to do, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like to, yeah, that's like my hobbies and all that, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I like to do, you know what I mean? They ask me if I got children. I say, yeah, I got children. I got two children. I got a boy, I got a girl. So, yeah, I got a boy and a girl. So, yeah, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I asked him if I'm single, if I'm married. I say, yeah, I'm married. I'm not married. I'm single. I'm gonna get it right. I'm single. I'm a single guy, man. I mean, a single guy, and I do my business, and you know what I mean. I just chill out. That's what I do. You know what I mean. What's your favorite food? They say my favorite food is Caribbean food. I like rice and peas, curry goat, curry chicken. Nice, some good food, jerk chicken. Yeah, good chicken, good food. Yes, right. You know what I mean? Yeah, ask me what kind of women I like. Yeah, I say all kind of women. I like, like all women. I like all women. We just leave it like that. We like all women. I like all women. You know what I mean? And that's we leave it like that. They say, "What's your purpose for coming on YouTube?" So yeah, that's a good one. My purpose for coming on YouTube. My purpose for coming on YouTube is to encourage single guys to start traveling and come out of their comfort zone because I've met a lot of guys in the Western world just single, and they haven't traveled before. They haven't been nowhere. Some of them ain't even got their passport. So I encourage guys to travel, do the best they can do, live the best life they can live. I mean, like I said, I started this YouTube channel because I saw a program on the on YouTube, and the guy was depressed and saying he wanted to end his life because he never had no purpose, never had no hope. And I just thought to myself, this guy needs to travel, this guy needs to get out, explore the world. There's a lot out there. And I thought if I could even encourage one person to travel the world and live their best life, that's more important to me than anything else. If I can touch one person's life, that's more important than anything else. Like I said, for me, it's like that. It's a hobby, but it's still a purpose behind the hobby. You got to have purpose behind the hobby as well. Like I said, so that's what I do on YouTube. That's why I started the YouTube thing. And because I know a lot of people when I was traveling around, Thailand and traveling around the earth. I met a lot of people, so it's I thought it's good for me to try and get out there and try and put my side of the story around. You know what I mean, and encourage the people which I know around me to to do something different with their life. Not just sit at home and just chill out. Just yeah, man. Yeah, I see you, Johnny. Thanks for that. When am I going back to Thailand? Yes, I'm going back to Thailand. Well, really, I'll be honest with you. I gave Thailand a little break because what it is, I started venturing out. I started to go to Vietnam and I went to Philippines. Yeah, and I really liked the Vietnam. I really liked Vietnam. I thought Vietnam was really good, and you know what I mean. I started seeing different places because Thailand is changed a lot. When I went to Thailand, it was like, the baht was 70 to the pound. Now it's like 39, 37. So, it's changed a lot. And, I decided that I didn't really want to stay in a place like that. And another thing about it, the attitude is kind of changed. It's changed a lot. That's all I can say. It's changed a lot. So when I started to go to the Philippines and started to go to Vietnam, I realized in Southeast Asia's got there's a lot of earth to explore out there, not only Thailand. So, I will be going back to Thailand soon, but, at the moment, I'm circling around, I'm circling around Southeast Asia. I've tried out India twice. I've been India twice, and India's good too. India is a good place to go and chill out. So you know what I mean. At the end, I might just keep traveling. I might go back to Thailand in the near future. You know what I mean. I might check out Thailand. If things get better. But I really want to start. I really want to go start business in Vietnam. I got my eye on Vietnam. And I've spoken to some of my guys in the crew. Yeah. And and they told me that Vietnam's a good place. I see you, BKG, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate the comment there. Yeah, Asia's a great place. Going to check it out, Cambodia. Go to check out Cambodia next year. Yeah, Cambodia is good, man. Cambodia is good. You got Siem Reap. So Cambodia is a really good place, man. Yeah, Cambodia, man, it's nice. I've been there as well. It's been there. It's kind of different, but it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's cheap. It's cheap, and I mean, it's cheap. You know, the cheapest places compared to, I'll say, like Vietnam and Cambodia is kind of the cheapest places at the moment. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, there's a lot to explore in Southeast Asia still. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? There's also Malaysia. You also got Laos, you know what I mean? Laos good as well. You know what I mean? Check out Laos. Laos small. Malaysia's nice. You know what I mean? Bali is Bali is getting a bit too strict at the moment. You know what I mean? It's a bit strict for Bali right now. So, you know, really trying to give Bali a rest really. But yeah, man, Thailand is really on the cards. Yeah, you know, yeah. Philippines has a lot to see. Many islands. Yes, really a lot of islands out in the Philippines. You got, you know, and you got a lot of towns as well. You got Cebu. You know, you got a lot of places out there, man. You got a lot of places out in Cebu. You got places. You got different Pukray, different islands, you know, to explore. A lot of islands, and it's a lot of untouched islands as well. You know, where people are out there, and yeah, Philippines is Philippines is a good choice to go and chill out, and you get a lot right now. I think it's 52 to the dollar. Yeah, so you got 52 pesos, they call it, Filipino pesos to the dollar. So you know the dollar is up there at the moment. And so that is a really good choice, you know what I mean? It's a good choice to check out the Philippines, you know what I mean? The Philippines is a good choice. You know, like I said, yeah, and then you got places like, you know, yeah, you got the Philippines. Yeah, Philippines is good, you know what I mean? Like I said, and then dating down in the Philippines is good as well. It's good down in the Philippines. So you can check out the Philippines as well, you know what I mean? All right, I see you, someone 3,000. Right? He says, what do you think about Indonesian women? Indonesian women are very nice, man, and they're very sexy as well, man. They got, you know, they got the body as well, man, and they got a nice, they got the kind of Indian complexion. They're very nice, like an Indian complexion kind of style. And yeah, man, yeah, Indonesian women are nice, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you know, I don't know what's happening with the rules with Bali right now in Indonesia. There's some Muslim laws going on right now. I don't want to touch on it too much, but basically, you know, you know, they're not really too happy with the dating scene down there at the moment. So you got to check that out online. You know what I mean? Check that out online. Yeah, Indonesia is nice, man. Indonesia is a nice place as well. You know what I mean? To explore if you want to. It's a little bit off the beacon track, but it's good. People down. I've seen a lot of YouTubers down in Bali, checking out Bali. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen man, Bali as well. Like I said, you know, it's not only Thailand. There's a lot of places to explore, man. There's a lot of places. You know, there's a lot of countries, man, you can explore. You know what I mean? Like I said, Thailand is changing a lot, man. And like I said, they had a bad low season this year, man. A very bad low season. And I'm telling you, man, a lot of girls are saying they're going back to farming. I was speaking to I heard a live stream the other day, and the girl was saying that, you know, she owned a bar and she might go back to farming. And I've been hearing that a lot lately. A lot of girls looking to go back to farming. You know, things are tough right down there right now. You know what I mean? I mean, boy, you know, the pound. Like I said, the pound used to be 70 to the pound. Now it's just 39, 38. You know, the English guys can't come down there. There's no English guys are not coming down there. And, you know, the American guys don't come down there. It's like, you know, it's really, like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from the Indian guys, but it's all Indian guys. It's what they've done now. They moved Beach Road. What it was, they wanted to clean up the whole of Beach Road. So what they did, they moved all the Indians what used to go to the Beach Road, and they put them on Walker Street because Walker Street was really getting dead. So what they did, they moved the people onto the Beach Road. I mean, onto the Walker Street. That's why you see a lot of Indians on the Walker Street. And what they've done now, they said, okay, we'll give you can open up clubs, and you can have your clubs on Walker Street as well. So now they got like basically Walker Street is Beach Road basically. But then what they want to do is with the girls now, put them in the clubs. You know what I mean? So they want to put them in the clubs and clean up the place and clean up Beach Road. You know what I mean? Because when I first went to Beach Road, that Beach Road was that was like carnival down there. You go down there around about, you know, Um, go down at 8, 9 o'clock, man. That was carnival. Everybody was down there, man, sitting down, drinking and doing whatever they're doing. But yeah, man, that place was like the chill out zone, you know. But they wanted to they want to clean up the beach because they're obviously changing Thailand. You know what I mean? They're obviously changing Thailand, and everybody knows what they're changing it for. They're trying to make it into a place which is as family orientated. You know what I mean? And they want to make it different, you know. And they've been doing that for the last 3, 4, 5 years now. And another thing is, you got to remember that when I first went to Thailand, it was a poor country. It was a poor. Even Pattaya was quite poor. I mean, you know, 500 baht would go a long way. You know what I mean? And you could do a lot of things down there. But now the economy's gone through the roof, man. I mean, look at the high rises, which has gone up down there. The high rises. You got people investing in malls. I don't know. There's loads of look at Terminal 21. What's come along now, and you know what I mean, and I don't know where all these people are where they're gonna find customers down there, but they must have a more idea than what I know. But I just know that, you know, it's changing a lot now, and I tell you what, man, you know, it's not the same as it used to be, and you know what I mean. Like I said, a lot of people still investing. They you know, like I said, Terminal 21's open. And other malls, there's about 3, 4 malls that's open now with different shops down there. I don't know where the customers are going to come from, but like I said, that place, Thailand, is you know, you've got investors coming in investing, and then you've got all the foreigners leaving. I don't know. They must know a plan that we don't know. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Thailand will never die, but you know, it will change and it will be a different kind of place. You know what I mean? And people are branching out. You know, like I said, when I first went to Thailand, it was full of foreigners, man. It was full of foreigners, full of all different kind of guys. Everybody was down there. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't really beat it at that time. You know what I mean? When you were getting a good exchange rate, you know what I mean? Everything was cheap. You could live real cheap. You know what I mean? And you can get accommodation as well. And that's another thing about when you travel to Philippines. Philippines is a place where, you know, the accommodation is not as cheap as Thailand. Thailand is really cheap for accommodation if you really want to go down that road, you know. If you really want to stay for like 7, 6, 8, or even a year, it's really cheaper than the Philippines. Philippines can be expensive, and even down in if you go places in like Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, it's more expensive than Thailand. You know what I mean? That's what Thailand's got the edge on it. If you can compare in the three of them, it's like Thailand wins for the hotels. If you want to go in a hotel, cheap hotel, you want a nice hotel and it's cheap. You know what I mean? You can get one good, you know. $300 cheap, $300 is cheap if you want to go down that far. And you know, Philippines wins on the baht. You know what I mean? Because their baht is good now. Like if you're in England, like where I'm from now, you get like 70 or 69 to the 1 peso. So that goes a long way. You know what I mean? You change up £100, that's 7,000. You know, pesos. So it goes a long way. So the Philippines wins on that kind of way and on the baht. And then you know, when it comes to the dating scene, Thailand's changed. It's changed. You know what I mean? It's changed. You know, the girls are not the way the girls. I won't touch on it too much, but the girls are not the same as what they used to be. I can tell you that. I mean, boy, you know. You know, the girls have become bougie. They call it bougie. They become, you know. Then I remember when I first came to Thailand, man, where you know you could have a nice time with a small amount of money. Now, yeah, boy, everything's very expensive. And if you're into even if you go down the go-go road, which I'm not really into, but if you go down that road, man, you're gonna spend a whole bunch of money. I was watching live stream on people and. Guy spent all 8,500 baht in about 1.5 hours. I mean, that's 200 and something pound. That's nearly 250 quid in nearly an hour. You know what I mean? In Pattaya. You know what I mean? That's in Pattaya. That's in Thailand. And Thailand's supposed to be a place where you go, which is, you know, I mean, it's got good, you know, which is cheap. Not like, you know what I mean, it's supposed to be cheap, but it's not cheap no more. You know, Thailand's not cheap no more. And a lot of people's left Thailand. A lot of people's left, you know what I mean? I mean, they put that, when they put that insurance, what was the nail in the coffin was the insurance, you know what I mean? The insurance for the older guys. Because you got to remember there's a lot of older guys who live down in Thailand, and they invested big down there, man. They invested big time. And, you know, basically, they can't get the insurance. They're 70 years old, they're 80 years old, they got medical problems. Who's going to insure them? You know, if they're going to insure them, they're going to charge them an arm and a leg. You know what I mean? Yeah, they started arm and leg. Yeah, I see your comment again, 3,000. I noticed Thai girls are starting to get tattoos now. Yes, that's another thing, because that's what comes when the money comes in it. They can splash money on a tattoo. What's a tattoo in Thailand? 2,500 baht, 3,000 baht. It's nothing. Before they never had no tattoos. Now they all got tattoos. They're tattooed up. You know what I mean? Because the economy is, you gotta remember, the economy has changed a lot. So it's like, you know, yeah, you can get a tattoo for 2,000-3,000. It's nothing. So they're tattooed all over the place. They're all tattooed up. They get 3, 4, 5 tattoos, or their boyfriend or their partner pays for the tattoo. If they want a tattoo, you know what I mean, they can get that very easy. I mean, they got friends, you know, if you want to call it friends. So yeah, they started tattooing up a lot, man. They're tattooed up. Them girls are tattooed up like crazy now. I mean, me personally, I like a small little tattoo on a girl, but I don't really like a girl which is tattooed too much. I don't really like that. I think it looks a bit tarty, you know. But I mean, that's just each to their own. But I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, boy, I mean, for me personally, I don't mind a little small tattoo and all that, but some of them girls are going they're getting a bit wild down there, especially in Pattaya, with the tattoos all over their chest, tattoos all over their neck, tattoos all over their arm, their figgy, there's tattoos everywhere. It's like, God, they're really going. You know, like I said, it's a new trend right now, isn't it? All over the world, really. All over the world, a lot of people are into tattoos right now, you know. They're not, yeah, it's changed. A lot of things changed. It used to be the gold chains. People used to wear the gold chains, innit? And jewelry and all that. And that's changed now. Everybody's got tattoos now, innit? So that's why you see the Thai girls are jumping on that kind of trend where, you know what I mean, you got the tattoo kind of style, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, that's why you see a lot of girls down there. But like I said, the Thai girls are not the time now, man. You know, you can't put them in a category of poor people. They're people which their economy has gone through the roof. Their baht is stronger than ever you could even imagine. You know what I mean? That baht is so strong now. That bubble has to burst. I'm sorry to say, you can't sustain. That economy went up too fast, and that baht went up too fast, and it's giving challenges against the pound. Even though we're going through the Brexit right now, and that's what the biggest problem is. We're going through the Brexit, and you know, because we're going through the Brexit, the pound has dropped out in a bad way. You know, the economy in England is not very good all around the world, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But the Thai baht is just going up and up and up, and it's not stopping for nobody, you know what I mean? It seems like it's not stopping. So, you know, it's really got kind of crazy down there, in Thailand. That's why, like I said, going back to the point, the reason why a lot of the reason why a lot of the old guys are leaving Thailand now, because they can't afford to stay there. One, they can't afford to stay there, and secondly, the insurance, they put on an insurance where you have to have a medical insurance to stay there, to have your retirement visa or your marriage visa. Now, if you got that now, that you go to the insurance company and you got like a heart problem, or you got something, you know, you got terminal illness, and how many people is ill down there? They've got cancer. Now, which insurance company is going to insure you? No insurance company is going to insure you down there. They're going to be like, no, this guy's about to drop. I'm going to lose all kind of money. So they just, no, you're a hazard case. See you later. So they can't get the insurance. You know what I mean? So that was a nail in the coffin for the old guys, because, you know, like I said, a lot of things changed. What happened was, right, a lot of when it got a lot expensive down in Pattaya, Walking Street, a lot of the white guys, and everybody was on Walking Street. Well, I could say the Falang guys, they left Walking Street and they started to go into Soy Bacau, and they were down in the Soy Bacau, and a lot of old guys, they were down in the Soy Bacau, and people was just living down there because it was cheaper, you know. It's just cheaper hotels to stay in, and you know, beers are cheaper. Everything was cheaper down in Soy Bacau. That was fine. Okay, they left the Walking Street. But then when they put this insurance on it now, it was a catch-22. They can't, you know, they can't do nothing about it. And the thing about it, some people are trying to get, you know, you can't even backhand it. It's just, it's really, they just have to leave. And you know what the sad thing about the situation is? The sad thing about the situation is that a lot of these guys invested big time down in Pattaya. When I say big time, I mean, boy, they bought condos. They've invested in their wives. They got children. They got big condos. They invested big time, big time, a lot of money. You know how much money's been pumped into that Thailand there? Lots and lots of money. You know what I mean? That's why the economy's gone. That's why Thailand, Pattaya has gone through the roof. That's why you see all them malls was down in Pattaya now. It didn't get built up by itself, you know. It just didn't get built up from nowhere. It got built up. When I came, there was no malls. There was one mall, maybe a Royal Garden, and that was it. And then Mike's Mall came along, you know what I mean? And now there's malls everywhere. All the malls, Skyride, everything, money's gone up. Everybody's money's gone through the roof. So, you know, and that was through a lot of people investing money like crazy, investing money in coming down to Thailand and investing big time. And a lot of them just have to leave it. They've left it, or left it to their Thai wife. And you know how that one goes. We'll leave that one there. But you know what I mean? They left it to their Thai wife, and a lot of them just left it. So they're going to Philippines. A lot of them are in the Philippines. Because when I was down in the Philippines, I spoke to a lot of them, and you know, they're down there, and they just said, forget Thailand. Thailand is just, you know, too much rules, too much. Thailand's supposed to be land of the free. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be land of the free. It's not supposed to be, you know, you go down there and you got a whole bunch of rules, this, that. Now they're bringing in the rules of the motorbikes. You can't even ride your motorbike around town. You're in town riding around on a motorbike, and then you get pulled up. Not for your helmet. It used to be a helmet. You could ride your bike freely with if you put your helmet on before, you could ride around Pattaya, no problem. Just ride around, never have a problem. As long as you got your helmet on. If you take your helmet off, you get $1,000 fine. Now, you can't ride around. They pull you up for license. Now, who's got an international license? They come on holiday. You come to have a good time. You're not going to buy an international license. So what they do, they put on they take you up for license. And what they're doing now, they're fining you $1,000, 500,000, and you're getting pulled 2-3 times a day. And on top of that, what makes it even worse now? What made the situation worse down in Pattaya is that Pattaya is a party town. People come there to enjoy themselves. People come there to have a good time. You come there to drink, party, have a good time, go out, get drunk, and you know what I mean, disco the night away, whatever you want to do. Go in Sonia, go here, go flex, go everywhere. And now they pull you up on a motorbike for alcohol. Never used to be like that. For alcohol, they put you on for alcohol, and then they're giving you $20,000 fine. $20,000 fine. That's what's going on. 20,000, or if you ain't got the $20,000 fine, they lock you up. You know what I mean? I've seen people's got 70, 80,000 baht fine. Whatever they want to say, they can just put it on it. And that is like, now you can't ride your motorbike nowhere. And all the motorbike companies are all closed down. The motorbike companies are gone. You know what I mean? You know how much businesses has gone down in that Pattaya place right now? Motorbike businesses has gone downhill. The food business has gone downhill. The women are suffering. They can't have another 2 bad low seasons. If they have 2 bad low seasons, there'll be no more. That Pattaya will change completely. Everybody will sell up their business and go. They can't have 2 more. This was a very bad low season for them. Very bad. You know what I mean? A lot of people are not traveling this year. I spoke to a lot of people, and they're not traveling. They're not traveling. It's too expensive. They're not going to go there. They'll go. You got other places to go. If they have 2 more bad seasons down in Pattaya, you would go down that place and you'll say, blah, that used to be that shop. That used to be that. It's going to change. People are going to just set up and go. They have no choice. You know, business is about making money, and they're not making money in Pattaya. You know what I mean? It's always questionable about you making. No, don't get me wrong. 5-10 years ago, if you had a good business in Pattaya, you will make money. You can make money. You know what I mean? You can lose a lot of money too. Trust me, I've been around people which have lost a lot of money down in Pattaya. Trust me, I was down in Pattaya, man, and I stayed there for 7 years. And I met this guy. I'll tell you a story. I met this guy. He wanted to open a nightclub. He's from Poland, him and his friends, and there was 2 Japanese guys, and they were all geared up, and they said, yeah, they were looking for a club. Anyway, they said they found a club, because I tell them what I did. I told them, look, I do nightclub promoting, and if you wanna run your club, it's me the one what you got to come to run your club, to promote your club, because I know everybody on the street. Anyway, they came down here and they ended up down in Tony's club. Tony must have sold them the club. There's a side of Tony's. They sold one side of it. These guys, they redecorated the whole of this club, the whole from the bottom to the top to the ceiling. They gutted out the whole place. The place was brilliant. Brilliant. When I say they spent money, they say they spent like $1.2 million down there. Serious, $1.2 million. If you ever see this place, it was immaculate. It was called Endorphins. It was immaculate. Anyway, he must have came to me and said, yeah, I've got the club now. We finished it. It's brilliant. It's nice. I went in there. It was beautiful. Very nice. You know what I mean? They did well. They did all different genres of music. They were doing techno. They were doing house. They were doing hip hop. And we went in there within 1 month. We filled the club up. Bang, we filled the club up. Now the club was doing okay. For me, as far as I'm concerned, the club was doing well. But internal affairs made problems. You see, one thing I realized, and I always knew this anyway, and this is my opinion anyway. My opinion is family and business don't work, and friends and business don't work. Now, they were just friends. They were all just friends. And they were running business as friends. And they fell out. Basically, they fell out because the money wasn't adding up somewhere along the line. Because they thought in their mind that they were going to take over the most #1 club in Pattaya, and that is in Sonia, and that was never going to happen. Well, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I was only going to do my best, what I can do, and that was it. You understand? But they had this idea that they were going to take over in Sonia, and everything was going to be brilliant, and they were going to make a whole ton of money and everything else. But they came down there, and I tell you what, man, they did. The internal affairs, I did my best. I filled up the club. The club was full. The club was doing well, but what they messed up was that they didn't expect. They expected too much. They thought that it was all going to be. When they sat down and really did the calculations of how much they're really making, they said, "There's not really no much money here." Then the friends, 2 of them fell out. Arguments happened, and then you know what happened in the end? He was one of the guys, which was a really nice guy. He was a boss. He was really nice, and the other friends just left and went back to Poland. They just left. Went all the way back to Poland and said, boy, there ain't no money here. I ain't staying here. There ain't nothing happening. And boy, you know what? They just left, went back to Poland, left him by himself. So it was just like him by himself and me and my crew. We tried our best to open the club. And he came to me and he said to me, look, man, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. At the end of the month, I might not have the money to pay you lot salary. And I said to him, look, man, look. You know, I've been with you 7 months, yeah? And I tell you what, mate, you've been a nice guy, and we're going to fight this out to the end. We fought it out to the end, you know what I mean? But then he came to the realization he just couldn't handle it no more. And I tell you what, man, he basically had to give the keys back to the owner. And he gave them keys back to the owner, mate. And I tell you what, mate, the owner, and I have to give it to the owner. And I don't have to call names, but the owner said, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you 1 year to get yourself together. Get yourself together. I'm going to give you 1 year. I'll take over the club. I'll give you 1 year to get yourself together. And if you can get yourself together and get some sort of plan together, then you can take back your club, no problem. Well, within 1 year, mate, I can tell you what, mate, within 1 year, nothing never happened, did it? Because this is Pattaya, and Pattaya was going down. Pattaya was not going up. It was skyrocketing downhill. So it was going down, it was getting worse, and nothing happened in a year. And what happened? He lost £1.4 million down the drain, just like that in Pattaya. Boom, right in front of my face. Boom, all of us, they had to let all of us go. The club went back to the owner, lost £1.4 million within a year. It wasn't a year, wasn't finished. So, you know, that place, the Pattaya there is not a place where you can, it's not a place where you think you can go there. People think you could just go down there, even to this day. I think people's woken up now, but people used to think that you could just go to Pattaya and see in Sonia and see it's packed and see these clubs and think it's just all money and it's all happening. But you got to understand, Pattaya is much more deeper than that. It's a lot more deeper than just come into Pattaya and think you can just open a club. For one, you got to have connections of people who you know in the area. For two, you you got to have a great promotional company, a great promotional people behind you. Yeah, I'm not saying we were the best, but I'm just saying with Club Fillers Inc., I'll be honest with you, I never failed on no clubs I was working with. You understand? But you got to Pattaya is you got to be in with the police. You got to be in with the government. Pattaya is a place, yeah. If you want to lose money, go to Pattaya. You know what I mean? Go to Pattaya. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Pattaya is not a place where you can just turn up and make money. You know what I mean? And even now, when I went to the Philippines, people were saying Philippines is not a nice place to be doing business either. Philippines Philippines is run by what can I say, underhand people. So Philippines is not a very easy place to just go and invest your money. Let me tell you something. In Southeast Asia, one thing you got to understand is that when you're dealing with alcohol, you're trying to sell alcohol in Southeast Asia, be very, very careful about losing your money, because you can lose your money a lot. A lot of people's lost I've seen people lost millions and millions and millions in front of my face, you know what I mean? And lost money after money after money, and throw money after nightclubs, which wasn't worth doing. Even on Walking Street now, Go-Go's open and close every single minute. Every second it's opening and it's closing. You go down Walking, open, close, open, close, open, close. Man, this is and people are still investing. I mean, somewhere people think that they're still investing, you know what I mean? And, like I said, that's why I got my eye on Vietnam, because Vietnam, it seems to be new. Like I said, I know it's not going to be easy, and I know, but there is no hip hop down there. There is no R&B. There's nothing like that down there. But, it has got the government. It has got, you got a few things you got to deal with down there. But the door is a little bit more open than the other places. Is it risky? Of course it's risky. Like I said, anywhere in Pattaya where you want to invest money is risky. Would I invest? Would I invest in Thailand now? No. Would I invest in Philippines now? No. Would I invest in Vietnam? Yes. Because Vietnam, right, it's a little slightly a bit different. And another thing about it is it's not as exposed as it is down in Pattaya and Philippines. It's not the same. You know what I mean? It's like they're just coming out. They open their doors, 3 years now they've opened their doors to you can get your visa and come in 14 days and things like that. Was it 2016? They opened their doors, yeah. So you can get your visa and things like that. So it's not like now there's a lot of digital nomads down in Vietnam. Loads. Because they know that the lifestyle that they live down here is very nice. You can get a very nice apartment, like $400, and really nice. I mean, brand spanking new, brand new, which has just never been in there before. You can get, the internet is wicked down there. It's super fast internet they got down there, and they got really good. It's coming like I said. It's Thailand 20 years ago. Like I said, the only problem with down there is the dating scene. The dating scene is really tough down there in Vietnam. The girls are not. Like I said, some of the younger guys, they do have a little bit of fun, but most of the guys that I've ever met and I've experienced, they say the dating scene sucks down there. I don't know, but I'm just saying they say it's bad down there. Because the point is, you see, the young girls are not really going for the younger guys. They're not really going for the older guys, and they're not going for foreigners. Like someone said in a chat one time, if you're not Japanese, you're not Korean, right, and you're not Chinese, don't go to Vietnam. You know what I mean? Because it seems like the girls are only going for that kind of category of guys down in Vietnam. You know what I mean? But from what I experienced when I went down there, like I said, for me as a black guy going down there, I think it was very difficult dating. Don't get me wrong, I met a lot of friends. Yeah, I met a lot of friends, but I'm just saying, for dating down in Vietnam, I thought it was very difficult. Very, very difficult. More than any place I've ever been before. You know what I mean? I've been a lot of places, and boy, I've never seen a place like Vietnam, because you've got a lot of factors what's against you. And the main factors which are against you is this. One is the English language. They don't speak English. A lot of them, 90% of them don't speak, 80%, 90% of them don't speak English. So that's a big factor what's against you. Two, they never even seen a black guy before in their life, a lot of them. They look at you like, what the hell is this? And it's a big black guy too. It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, that's two. For 3, they're not really on the foreigners. Yeah. 4, they're into their studying. They're studying girls. They're not really into. They're not hungry for it like that. They're not really. They're not saying they're rich. They are poor, but they're not. They're classy poor. They dress nice. They're classy poor. You understand? And so they're not really exposed that kind of way. So you've got all these factors what's against you. You know what I mean? And Vietnam, like I said, I made a video and it was kind of controversial. You know what I mean? Some guy said to me, you know, I made a video of, was it top 5 places where black guys who struggle to get women down in Thailand. And that's in my, if you look down in my videos, you'll see it. And, you know, it was controversial. A lot of guys said to me, you won't get it because, you know, you won't get it, but I'm going to get mine. You know what I'm saying? But I just give you my perspective of where I've been and what I've seen. Like I said, I put India in there, and they said, "Oh, I'm going to get mine in India." When I went to India, I tell you what, man, I went to India. I've been to India twice, and I tell you what, man, I couldn't even get a massage on the beach. I went down to the beach. I'm trying to get a massage. This is not even a woman massage. They're not allowed to do it. Their culture, they're not allowed. They're just seclusing down their women like it's not. You can't even get a massage. I'm just talking about single guys right now. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you couldn't even get a massage. You know, it's just India was. You know, like I said, man, I was in Goa. It was different, man. It was complete. Like I said, I did all these places. I always tell people, look, mate, I'm a very friendly guy, and I'm always gonna meet somebody, and I'm always gonna meet some people. So I did meet friends, but I tell you what. Like I said, I'm going back to the point. I made this video, and a lot of people would say to me, "No, man, you're not going to get women down there. I'm going to go and get women down." But I just said, "Look, man, you want to go down? I can give you your advice. You want to go down there, check it out, and think it's going to be okay? Then boy, that's fine. But I'm just giving you advice, like I put India. Like I said, don't get me wrong. India is a beautiful country. You know, I mean, the beach is nice, and you know, if you go to Goa, you see a lot of foreigners. You see a lot of Australian people from you know, from Russia, and you meet a lot of people down there. But you know what I mean? Like I said, it's not an easy place to be. It's not an easy place to be. Just say you're going to go down and you want to pick up dating. If you want to jump off the plane and say that it's not like you. I'm talking about single guys right now. If you want to jump off the plane and you want to say to yourself, all right, then, well, I just want to I've had a hard working year. I've had a whole year working now, and all I want to do is just chill out. I don't want no stress. Yeah. And you want to jump into a place, you got to go Philippines. You have to go Philippines. You go to Thailand. But if you're going to start going off the beacon track, you're going to find it difficult, man. You want to start going places like Singapore. You want to start going places like, you know, India. You want to start going places like, you know, these kind of places. It's not easy, bro. It's not A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like I said, I'm only giving you my perspective of it. But I'm just saying you might go down there and you might find it. But I'm just telling you, these places, there's some places which is more difficult than others. But anyway, going back to the point, yeah, like I said, we're talking about traveling right now. Now, like I said, a lot of people are leaving Thailand now, and they're going to the Philippines, and Philippines is getting packed up down there now. And I've really realized, what I've realized since the last year or two is that Philippines prices are going up. Even the flights are going up. Even everything seems to be going up down there. I don't understand. It's like they go from one country and then they build up that economy, and then they go to another country and they build up that economy, and then they go to another country. And so it's like Philippines is like the second place now, which is it's so much foreigners are down there right now. It's just packed up with foreigners. Like there's one place down in Philippines, which I heard is full of foreigners, completely full of foreigners. And if you go down there, you'll see a lot of foreigners down there. And it's like Philippines is just getting packed up with foreigners. And once they get packed up, what it is, once your country is full of that much foreigners, a lot of money is getting pumped into the place. It's getting pumped into the economy, whatever way they want to see it. And I'm not saying that you have to do, I'm not saying that, I mean, the money, you're doing anything which is not right, but I'm just saying you're spending money. You don't have to go with women, I should say. I'm saying you're spending money. You wake up in the morning, you're buying food, you're doing this, you're doing that. You have to pay for your hotel. You have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. It's a continuous spending. You understand? So when you're in Philippines, when you got that much foreigners, which has left Thailand and gone to the Philippines now, prices are starting to go up. And I've realized prices are starting to go up down in the Philippines. So it seems like Philippines is going to be the next place now, which is going to be rules are going to start changing in the next 2 3 years. You watch, rules are going to start changing because it's like anything. It's supply and demand. You know what I mean? And now it's when it's low, it's struggling. You're going to keep it low. But when it's the way it is, and so much people are just flooding down there. You know what I mean? And they're going all over. People are going all over. They're not going one place. You know, they're not just going to Angel City. A lot of people are not even going to Angular City. They're going other places. They're traveling out, and they're having a really good time in other places. And it's a lot of places to explore down in the Philippines. You can have a really good time down in the Philippines. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, so Philippines seems like the next place was going to be really, really booming in the next, you know what I mean, couple of years' time, you know what I mean? But I'm just watching this space to see how, like I said, I love Philippines. I love the people down there. I love the girls, the way they talk. They talk English like you can have a really good conversation with them, you know what I mean? They're friendly people and all that. And, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's like you can jump off the plane and you're straight in, you know? Or even when you're on the plane, they speak really good English. And, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It's going to change. And I can see, like I said, I saw Thailand change right in front of my face. So I can see Philippines changing completely in front of my face. I can see the way the angle is coming from, and you know what I mean. And you know, like I said, the things don't last forever, man. It's like I put these things right. I made a video once when it still on my YouTube channel, and it said 5 places which are drying up around the world. And you know, I put like Dominican Republic is Dominican Republic is going through some changes right now. The Dominican Republic, man, for us, you know, that place is close to America. And a lot of the American guys, they like to go to Dominican Republic because it's very close. It's like 3 hours to them. But Dominican Republic now, this lady mayor was coming into the place now. She seems like she wants to change a lot of things, man. She wants to move a lot of things around, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are getting a bit uncomfortable with the situation, you know what I mean? And like I said, these people has got businesses down there, and I wish them the best, man. I always wish them the best, but because I know, man, I'm in the same. I do Club Fillers Inc. I fill up people's businesses. That's what I do. So I really encourage them. But I'm just saying, and I know a few people down there what's got businesses, but you know, it's changing, man. And you know, they've already went through that smear as well, where there was a smear campaign going down there, and that they finally got through that, and that's kind of stopped now. And then now it seems like they're just closing down a few things. But like I said, I've been through situations where clubs close all the time. Clubs always will close because it's easy. It's an easy thing to do to show power. Just close down the club and say, yeah. And everybody gets upset and gets annoyed, and it flies around on the internet like it's no tomorrow. And then that shows power, you know what I mean? But I've seen that a million times, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Right now, they're having their term, and it's not a very good time to be closing down. It's high season. This is November, December. You know what I mean? This is November, December, man. This is high season. So, you know, you not a very good time to be closing down. So Dominican Republic is going through it right now. They ain't got no customers down there. There's no foreigners there. They're not coming. You know, people are stopping their flight, going other places. They're going Colombia. A lot of people are changing to Colombia. They're not even going Brazil. Because Brazil was another one. You go Brazil, take Brazil 15 years ago. Brazil 15 years ago, you could go down there and you live like a king with small money. You go Brazil now, you be on your ass in no time if you bought $1,000 down there. You go down there in Brazil, you be on your ass in no time. You couldn't last a month down there in Brazil. You know what I mean? You'll have to go to the rural place, and you don't really want to do that in Brazil. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like these places, they change, because what it is like Brazil, you know, like someone said, if you want to see the best looking women, go to the airport and you'll see and I said, why? Someone told me that one time. You want to see the best looking women, go to the airport. So I said to him, what do you mean if I go off and see the best looking women, go to the airport? I said, well, go, because people are shipping out their women from that country and shipping them to their home country. And, you know, I thought about that, and sometimes it's true. People are shipping out their country. Like Brazil has got a big reputation for, you know, for beautiful, the most beautiful women in the world. So, you know, Brazil is hyped. Brazil is commercial hype, you know. That is like, you know, you don't get more hype than Brazil, you know what I mean? So Brazil has got you know, they just went up in the air from a poor place to way up in the air. The economy went up, everything went up, and that was through foreigners. People come in there and pumping money into their country. People might not want to admit these kind of things, but it is true. The more foreigners come to your country, your economy is gonna go through the roof. Now, the way Brazil went down, I would say is the way Thailand is going down. Because Brazil got commercialized up like it was nothing. Thailand commercialized that like it's nothing. Now, you know what I mean? Now you can't do nothing with £100. You can't do nothing with $100 right now in Thailand. You can't do nothing if you last you for the day, you're lucky, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I mean, these countries, things are changing around the world. The economy is changing. Everything's changing around the world. Life is changing. Like I said, England at one time, that pound was the most powerful pound you can go around the world. I remember first coming to Thailand and changing £100 and having a fat wallet, man. My wallet was fat, full of money, man. That was full of money, man. That was like 8,000 baht, man. And them days, like 500 was good. Trust me, 500 was good. 1,000 was super. You could do a lot of things, you know what I mean? So, you should change. Now, if you get 3,800 baht, what's that? 3,800 baht, but you're lucky if that lasts you for the day. You go to a club, you go to a nice place, you go to a figgy, you chill out, or if you want to meet a friend, you better hold your pocket if you got 3,800 baht. You know what I mean? And things are changing around the world. Like I said, things are changing, man. It's like all around the world, things. Some places are booming up, some places are going down. Like I said, change always happens. Like I said, Colombia is coming up in a big way. Colombia is going crazy now. Colombia, everybody's leaving from DR and Brazil and going to Colombia, because Colombia, you got a nice economy, you got nice places to stay, it's cheaper, it's figgy. As long as you stay out too much of the tourist area, Colombia is gone up in the year. It's going up in the year. It's having everybody has to have their turn for this single guys thing, you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't know where next is the good place to go, but I tell you what, man, these commercialized places, a lot. I seen it change, man. I've seen places change in front of my face, man. Thailand was a big one, man. I've seen Brazil change. I've seen all places around the world just completely change. You know what I mean? And it's really gone different, man. You know what I mean? It's really gone different. Like Japan now. Japan's a nice place to go. Japan is a really nice country, man. And again, the thing about Japan is very boring, man. They have a very work ethic lifestyle, and Japan reminds me a little bit like the West, and it's very expensive. Very expensive in Japan, you know what I mean? It's very expensive, and it reminds me a little bit like the West. It's like you're back in the West when you're in Japan. You know what I mean? It's not really, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, the women are beautiful, and then they do a lot of businesses down in Japan, a lot of business women down in Japan, but they're different. Japan's not really a place for a single man's paradise, I would say. Anyway, personally, I would say it's not really a single man's paradise. It's more like, you know what I mean? It's more like if you want to do business, or you want to, take the edge off it a little bit, and come out of the single man's place, and you want to go Japan. Japan, but Japan is nice, you know what I mean? Japan is nice, but it's just really expensive, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? That's why the choices are really, really getting limited right now. If you really want to travel the earth and you want to, you know what I mean, you want to explore for single guys, it's not easy. It's not cheap no more. It's not easy. Even the air flights are going up. Air flights. I mean, don't get me wrong. I saw a flight from basically from England to Philippines the other day, but that's going in November for only $300, and I thought that was a bit cheap. I thought that was dirt cheap. I've never seen anything like that before. It was £300, something like that. But if I'm looking at my dates now, and it's £1,200. That's like $1,500. It's expensive. So things are not cheap right now. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys I know are not even traveling this year. They're not going nowhere. They're not traveling. Things are too expensive. You know what I mean? And the economy in the Western world is not brilliant. You know what I mean? America's going through it. England's going through it. Even England's going through it. They say if America sneezes, England gets it too. You know what I mean? But England gets the cold. But I'm saying, England's going through it too. England's going through the Brexit. Americans going for it. You know what I mean? So when the girls are out there and they're on the video and they say, oh, the country's gone downhill in the Thailand, and they feel sad and they feel people are not coming here because they're barred and this and that. The girls, they say they're going back to farming. Boy, what can they do? They have to go back. They have to do something. You know what I mean? I mean, they're trying to, they have to do something, because what's happening? Things are not flourishing no more. If you're making your money, if your gravy pot is off something else and your gravy pot is drying up, you're gonna have to try something else. And you know what I mean? Online business is not easy. You know what I mean? Online, you're doing anything online is not easy. You know what I mean? And like I said, things are just changing, and like I speak to women all over the world, and a lot, especially in Thailand and Philippines. Well, Philippines women now they're changing, mate, and they're coming up a little bit. But Thai women, they're struggling, man. They're struggling down there, man. They're struggling. You know what I mean? I know everybody knows what their angle of making money was, or whatever was they're making money, and they're struggling down there. You know what I mean? And like I said, people are just gonna have to just roll with the punches, man. You have to ride this one out, man. Because I tell you what, man, I don't see. They say that there's gonna be a recession coming up 2020. So I don't see it getting any little better. 2020, how's that gonna ride out? How's that one gonna go? You're gonna see a lot of changes in the West too. The West is changing too. You know what I mean? So, if we're not living in a recession already, there's going to be a recession coming on the way. So this is the time to that's why when I speak to a lot of the guys I know now, they're not traveling. They're not going nowhere. Everybody's not going nowhere. They ain't got time to be traveling, man. They're trying to just do something different, you know what I mean? And people are saying go to Europe, you know what I mean? People are saying go to Ukraine. A lot of people say they might go Ukraine, but Ukraine's good. Ukraine's nice. Ukraine's good. It's not EU either. So it's not Euro. It's not EU. So I think you get a lot more money wherever you want to put it. You get a lot more money, more bang for your buck, if that's what they call it in Ukraine. Ukraine is not a bad place to go. You know what I mean? And you got Germany as well. Germany is good if you're a single guy as well, but you got to go certain places in Germany if you want to go somewhere else. I know the thing about if you're living in America, Germany is a little bit far to go. It's a little bit far to travel to from America down to Germany. But like I said, Germany is a place as well you can go to. And also you can just check out Europe, really. You know what I mean? You can go Europe, you can go, like I said, I made that video the other day, which was good down there. You go check out the video, 10 places to go. You can go Poland, you can go Romania. It's not the same. It's never the same. You got to remember, it depends on your age group as well, If you're a young guy and you want to. If you're a young guy, you want to go Europe, it's easier. But if you're an older guy and you want it's a nice place. Europe is nice, very nice. But is it a younger guy? Is it older guy's paradise? That's another thing. You got to remember that. It's not the same kind of thing. It's not like you just turn up and you're a 2-week millionaire, or you're turn up and you're. Like I saw one quote one time. One guy said, "I'd rather be a hero for 2 weeks than be a loser for a whole year in Europe, in the West." Right? So it's not the same, you know what I mean? It's not the same as if you go Europe, or if you go Asian countries and you go different places. Asian countries, man, you're gonna have a really nice. It's a whole different atmosphere than when you go to Europe, But don't get me wrong, Europe is good, man. It's good to change up your environment and go different places, Check out different places. I always encourage my friends and everybody I know, and I encourage them to go, to go and check out these places, man, and Europe, and that's why I started this channel. Really, was to encourage guys, put my side of it, encourage guys to go out. Like I said, a lot of people are depressed right now. They ain't got. No, I've met a lot of guys who's got money and they got everything, and they got house and they got investments, and then they've never traveled before. Never been nowhere, man. I mean, this is. I always say to them, "Why you not traveled there?" "Oh, I don't know that place. I've never been." I said, "Well, you ever been to Thailand?" "No, I heard bad stories about that." And that's another story. That's another thing about when you explain to someone about traveling. It's very difficult because if you've never been to these places, you're going to have a negative conception about it. You know what I mean? And Some people are just brave. Some people are just, alpha males. They jump up, they're gonna get out there, and what I mean. I've been watching YouTube, man, and a lot of these guys, they're very, very brave guys, man. They go all around the earth, and they don't have much fears, man. They're traveling everywhere. Some guys can just get up on their saddle and pick up and travel the world and conquer the world, conquer the earth, and not fear. But some people just have that fear. They think, oh, so what if something happens? Or what happens if this happens? And I heard this about Thailand, and I heard if you go, this is going to happen, and they put this in their drink, and this happened. Or if I go to Brazil, I heard it's dangerous. I heard it's really dangerous down there. And I heard Philippines, oh my gosh, I heard somebody got this down there. Oh no, I just don't know. And you see, it's very difficult. But everybody's going to get to that stage in life where they're going to want to change up their life, and they're going to do their traveling. Everybody not everybody. Some people never travel all their life. Some people just play it safe, and there's nothing wrong with playing it safe. There's nothing wrong with playing it safe in your life. You decide that you want to play it safe, then that's up to you. I'm going to read your comment, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny says yes. Is the Ukraine black men friendly though? Yes, Ukraine women. The funny thing is, right, this is what it's like. Ukraine women do like black men, yeah? The thing about Ukraine, yeah, is that it's more of a nightclub kind of thing. That's why I promote nightclubs as well. Whenever I put in my videos, I always put the nightclubs to go to. It's not Ukraine is not a place where you just turn up and it's just like Thailand and it's all everybody's just in love with you all over the place or wherever you want to put it. You know what I mean? It's not the same. You have to go to a nightclub and you have to chat women up. But to be honest with you, the reception is nice. They seem to have a big fascination still. I don't know if because it's not Europe, they still have a fascination for black guys down in them places, and the fascination is still there. And UK women do like black guys down in Ukraine, and Ukraine is, I would say, is friendly. I mean, like I said, it's for all guys. But to answer your question, yeah, it is friendly, but you have to do it in a different kind of way. You have to you have to do it in a different kind of way. It's not exactly the same. You're not going to just open the doors and everybody's going to come running to you. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's what takes the advantage. That's the advantage of traveling to Asia and traveling to other places like Brazil, Colombia, different places like that. And like I said, I'm not promoting anything was bad, but I'm just saying that you can go to these other places and you can just turn up. And once you turn up, you're a Superman hero, aren't you? You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I mean? Whatever way is, but you know what I mean, when you go to these places like Europe is a place where you have to go nightclubbing, and you can go, you have to basically go from your hotel. You can play, if you've never been before, you can play it safe, and playing it safe is like this. You go from your hotel, you book a nice hotel, you get to your hotel, and you take a taxi to the nightclub. You go to the nightclub, chill out. If you can get VIP, is good. You know what I mean? Get a VIP is really nice. And just check out the scene. You know what I mean? Check out the scene. It's always good to open a bottle and get in a VIP. That's what my opinion is anyway. If you can get a VIP, if you go to these places, you can, it won't cost a lot of money in Ukraine. Ukraine is not expensive. You can open up a bottle and just filter around and see what's around, see what's about. And that's the moment. Once you do that, if you play it that kind of way and then take a taxi back to your hotel, you're cool. You know what I mean? You're safe. And then play it like that for a few days, play it out like that. And then you'll see, you'll filter out the place. And then in the daytime now, you go down the malls and you can check out the malls and all that. And just basically just put your super friendly hat on, you know what I mean? If you put your super friendly hat on, you'll be surprised. But like I said, you will meet a lot of people, but like I said, it's not exactly the same. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's exactly the same as traveling to Asia or traveling to Brazil or anything like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, you will. Like I said, if you're a hero wherever you are, you're going to be a hero wherever you go. You understand? It's just that might not be so much of a hero. I wasn't a hero when I went to Vietnam. I struggled. I went down and I phoned my friend. I said, "Man, I've been here a week and I'm struggling." But that's the way it goes, you know what I mean? And then I got into it. I was there for a month. I got into it. I shook my shoulders off. I got into it. I put on the most friendliest hat as I could ever do. I spoke to friends around. I spoke to local people. I spoke to expats was there. You know, I met friends. We went for drinks, chill out, and told me the ropes. I said, man, I've never been here before, man, but I'm struggling. It's like, man, I can't. It's not as friendly. But they say, look, you just gotta you do it this way, do it that way, and be try and learn 1 or 2 languages. And it's not that it's not there. It's just that it's not 100. It's not in your face. That's all it is. So it's like all them places, like when you're traveling to Europe, if you can, like I said, that's my opinion. If you can go down there and you can go into the VIP, you can have yourself a bottle, you can chill out, you can check out the scenery. You know what I mean? And you'd be, girls will gravitate too. You can also go down the mall as well and all that, but it's not a place where you go where you just walk around and everything's just like Philippines or like Thailand, you know what I mean? Or even Malaysia or in places like that. It's not the same, you know what I mean? Like I said, Malaysia's a nice place too, you know what I mean? To go and, walk around and have a nice time, you know what I mean? Go down to Malaysia as well. Malaysia's not, but you see, Malaysia's got this Muslim thing as well. It's a thing. So, I mean, we won't go on a religion thing, but it's different. You know what I mean? It's different. You see, it's hard. You see, if you're a single guy and you want to find a paradise now, a lot of things are drying up around here. You got to change up where you're going now. You know what I mean? You got to change up because things are changing. Like I said, going back to the point, things are changing, so you have to change where you're going. You know what I mean? And like I said, Europe's always a good place to go, man. Europe, you're gonna have a good time down in Europe. Trust me. You know what I mean? Europe is, like I said, you could even come to the UK, come to England. I'm in England. You know what I mean? You can come to England, but England, I would say England is what can I say about England? I would say England is it's not that they're stuck up. It's not that they're stuck up. It's just that people have a very busy life in England. England is very expensive, and England, you have to work a lot. You have to work hard, and people work hard. And when they work hard, they go home and they chill, So they don't. It's not a thing where it's not a dating. Everybody's just dating everything. And when you're younger, obviously, when you're younger. And when I was younger, man, I had dozens and dozens and dozens of girls, but that's all I ever did was play around, when I was younger. But when you get to a certain age in UK, in England's tough, man. I don't advise anybody to go. You never hear me advise anybody to come to England to try and start dating, because I know that it's tough. And then someone's going to say to me, I came to England, man, it was tough. England is a tough place to chill out with and trying to. If you're a single guy, you're just trying to think, and if you're an older guy as well. If you're an older guy, you're gonna have a tough time down here, man. Don't get me wrong, you can have a good time, but you're gonna have a tough time, and you're gonna spend a lot of money. You can go down to West End, you can go down to the city of London. You know what I mean? You can have a really good time. We've got some good clubs down there, some really nice nightclubs down there, but it's expensive. So you have to pay to go in. You know what I mean? You have to pay. First of all, you're gonna have to pay to go in, and that sometimes it costs you £50, $50 just to get in. You know what I mean? $70, $100. It's like Miami. You know what I mean? It's expensive to go in, and then you have to buy drinks, which is expensive. So you're your holiday money down before you finished. Before you even finish the night, you're half your holiday money down already. You know what I mean? So England is expensive, man. England is not a place to be. It's not a place to be figured. Like I said, if you're a younger guy and you're in the mix and you club, like I said, these 4 factors what you got to do in England to get women. And then I'll be honest with you, you got to go clubbing, right? You got to go on the internet. You got to do Tinder. I don't do Tinder as much as I should, but you got to do Tinder, right? You got to do Tinder. You got to socialize a lot. Meet people, meet friends, and then you got to have other girls must introduce you to other girls. That's the way it works in England. It really works when other people introduce you to other people. You know what I mean? That's when it happens. Because a lot of single people in England, a lot of single women, and then there's some really, really nice mixed race black women in here, white women, every race. There's some really nice mixed race and black women down in England, but you have to need connections. You know what I mean? You have to connections. If you haven't got that connection and you're just sitting in your house and you're not doing the 4 factors, you're not online, you're not traveling, you're not around clubbing, and you're not doing anything else. You know how much man is going to their bed lonely tonight? There's a lot of men going to their bed lonely tonight in England, I can tell you that. And I know them, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like England is not no joke, bro. I tell you. But yeah, like I said, England is not no joke. I see your comment there. No, not November. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but yeah, like I said, England is not a place to be playing around with, man. If it comes to women, if you, like I said, you can come here and you can have a really good time down in England. You can enjoy the place, enjoy England. England's a really nice country, man. But you know, it's got some really good history to it and everything else. But we're here talking about single guys, and we're talking about single guys traveling around the world, you know, trying to, if you're trying to find a partner or trying to get married, or we'll touch on getting married. Let's touch on getting married. Let's talk about getting married. Let me have a drink. We're talking about getting married right now. Where in the world would you say is the best? Where in the world is the best place for a single guy to get married, find a wife? That's what I'd say. Where would you say is the best place in England, in the world, for a single guy to get married? Now that is a difficult one. You know what I'm saying? If you're in your late 40s or you're 40 above and you decide that you want to find a marriage material woman, anybody in the chat could tell me where is the best place in the world, could tell me to get married in the world. Where's the best place I can go? If I was looking, if I'm looking for a wife, that if somebody can answer me that question. Now I would phrase on a lot of faces like, now I would say personally, if you're into Asian women, I would say go Japan. I would say go Japan. If you're into Caribbean women, well, that's you know, you got some nice places down in Caribbean to get married to a woman. Caribbean is a good choice to get married to a woman. You know, if you're into to white women, see, you got Germany, you got you know, you've got Ukraine as well. Poland is tough. Poland women do. Well, it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's tough. It's if you're a single guy and you're over a certain age, it's very difficult to find a wife. Like I said, you can even find a wife in England. Don't get me wrong, you can find a wife in England, but the point is, if she's gonna be up to your expectations, that's one thing about the problem is when you travel, it gives you a problem, and the problem it gives you is that the fact that you get spoiled. Most of the guys I know are spoiled when they travel. They travel and they're spoiled. You know why they're spoiled? Because what it is, they've been traveling the earth and they're meeting dime pieces. They're meeting the most beautiful women in the earth. When you travel, you meet some beautiful women, the most beautiful women in the world. You meet the most beautiful, and the thing about it, you're interacting with some of the most beautiful women in the world. So when you're interacting with steak and you're eating steak every single day, and you can put it delusional, you can put it as the fact that, you know, they're coming on to you, and you get into that zone, you can't come back to the West and decide that, okay, well, I'm just going to live my life and I'm going to find myself a girl which is going to. You try and find that. You find that, and then all of a sudden, what's on the market? You go on the market, you say, yeah, well, boy, well, that don't look like the girl I've been dating. And that one don't look like the girl. Well, let me try and go for the one which I was dating when I was abroad. And then you go for that one. She's got a million IG guys in her phone. She's got millions of followers. She's got this. She's got that. Her head is all gassed up. She's gassed up. And then you better have some money. That's another thing, because she can get a guy with money like that. And it might not even be about money, you know what I'm saying? And it might not be about that. It might be about something else. Let me read this comment. I know that's going to be a shock to a bro. I lived in Los Angeles, you see? Right, you see? It's going to be a shock to you. It's a shock to your system. When I lived in Thailand for 7 years, and I came back to England, I couldn't get back into the system for love nor money. It took me, even to this day, I've been back 3 years, and it's still to this day, I can't get into the system. I've been clubbing, I've been out, I've been thinking I can't get into it. I just can't, just doesn't resonate with me. It just doesn't resonate. You just can't, you know, it's a whole different mindset. Your mindset changes when you travel. Your mindset changes. And I'm not here talking about women on the circuit. I'm talking about just interact, even just stepping onto the plane and talking to the air hostess and saying how you doing and how you do, even talking to people which are working normally. And you'll see a normal working person at the gym or even at a coffee shop, and she's a very beautiful woman and speaks very nice and feminine, very feminine and very beautiful. You know what I mean? And when you go from kind of that kind of era, and then you come back to this place, yeah. Yes, I'll read your comment again. Yes, Sheldon. Yeah, traveling should help your confidence when you get back home, I think. Right, it does help your confidence. To be honest with you, traveling helps your confidence. But the thing about the problem is that you don't see the quality of women what you see abroad. When you're abroad, you're seeing dime pieces. Come back to England or come back to America. Yes, you might see a dime piece. But just check her attitude. Check her the way she is. Just check her out. See how she is. See how she's going to be. See how she's going to react to you. See if the reaction is going to be the same as when you're traveling. See if you could just walk up to her and say, hi, how you doing? And how's this? And how's life? And this, and have a nice little, just a 5-minute chit chat. Not chatting nobody up. Just a little chit chat and see her. Just try and do that. Her head is gassed. Her head is gassed. She's looking at you like, well, boy, what can you, I'm telling you, man, I've met them, man. It's different. It's, so your confidence does come up. Trust me, it builds your confidence. If you're a guy, I mean, I can touch on that subject. If you can touch on that subject, if you're a single guy, right, and you haven't got no confidence and you haven't got nothing going on for you, and you're not very lucky with the women, travel to Asia, travel to these places. Your confidence is going to go through the roof, and you can actually change your life around. Because I've seen guys which are fat and really big, and they ain't got no confidence in England or in Europe, and they just think that they're all washed up. They go down to Thailand, and then next minute they're in the gym, they're working out, they're gymming up, and they're partying, and they lost off all the weight. They're eating healthy, and they're having a really good time. And you know what I mean? It changed up their whole life. It's like, then I see them again, I'm like, bloody hell, what happened to you? You was lonely, sad, and unhappy just when you first came, and now you're buzzing. You know what I mean? Best place in the world. So it can change your confidence. It can completely change your confidence. But but the point is, right, you see, I'll read your comment again. These Southern Californian women, even the fives are actually snobby. Exactly. That's my point. I'm talking single guys here. Even the fives are snobby. They're going to be snobby, aren't they? Because you know what? Even the fives are going to get chatted up by other guys. They're getting chatted up every left, right, and center. It doesn't matter what the women look like in the Western world. They're going to get chatted up. They're going to get men. Don't you understand? They're going to get men, because you've got a whole bunch of men out in the Western world which are basically, trust me, there are a lot of Western, and they got money. I know guys who's got money. They've got house. They've got property. They've got money in the bank. They've got everything. But the way the society is set up isn't set up for you to engage with women in that kind of way when you reach to a certain age. Not saying when you're younger, I'm saying when you reach to a certain age. It's not set up like that. It seems a bit like strange if you're going to try and go in. Dare you start going up to a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old girl, or a 20 in their 20s, I should say. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't go for a 20-year-old, but I'm saying in her 20s, dare you go for a girl in her 20s? You know what I mean? You better start looking for a girl 40 up. And I tell you one thing, man, 40 up. You look for a girl in the Western world in 40 up. Let me just leave it right there. Look at a girl at 40 up, 45, 50 in the Western world. And look at that. Just look at that. And then, I'm trying to say, it's not an easy kind of thing. It's not a thing where you can just, I'll read your comment again. USD goes far in the Southeast Asia, and the women act like the women are supposed to act. Right, exactly. But it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it's not a win-win, It's a win-win. Right. They want something, you want something. If you can come to a happy medium, then that's all good for you, and it's all good, you know what I mean? But you have to also understand it's a happy medium. There's nothing wrong with a happy medium. And if you can find the right one, which has got, I've seen win-wins in my life. I've seen bad things, and I just trust me. I've seen bad things in Asia. I'll be honest with you, mate. I've seen guys come up to me on walking street and all kind of places in Asia crying about their women. And I've seen that and I've heard that men are crying about their women. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You can meet women which can be a win-win. I'm not saying if they're good, bad, or evil, just a win-win. When I say a win-win is that you got something what they want and they got something that you want. You understand? And if you come to a happy medium, then boy, as long as you know you can control yourself and everything else, that's all. I'm not telling you to run down there and grab the first girl you can grab. Get to know the girl. Give it time. Anything needs time. You know what I'm saying? You can give yourself a year. Give yourself a year. Give yourself one. Say you're gonna meet a girl and say, give it a year. Let's see how it goes for a year. I'm gonna date this girl. No big thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna date this girl. Let's give it a year, see how it goes. And then after a year, if you get to know the girl and you and her are compatible, then you might be able to say, okay, I'm gonna try and make something work with this girl. But you gotta get to know her. And that takes for anything anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, you know, it takes for you to get to know the people. You have to get to know them. You have to, yeah, you know, women are women all over the world. The only thing about difference between women in Asia and these places is that they're upfront with it. The women in the Western world are not upfront with it. They're just different, isn't it? I mean, it's don't get me wrong. Western world women, you could find a woman who's not into money, who's not into materialistic things. Of course you can. You could find a wife who's not into things. You can do that. But there, like I said to you, you get spoiled when you get to a certain place when you in life where you've traveled the way if you've traveled extensively. Any man I know, and I know a lot of guys who's traveled extensively. Any man who I know has traveled extensively are spoiled guys because they're like, man, I'm like, man, look, why you don't just go and find yourself a 50-year-old girl? They're like, well, why would I do that? Why would I want to go and pick up a 50-year-old woman? Like, no, I'm not doing that. So, you know, you can get spoiled, you know what I mean? They get spoiled. So like I said, you know, Western world of living is totally different. You become a different person when you travel. And going back to the point, we're talking about traveling here and single guys traveling the earth. If you want to travel the earth and be successful in traveling the earth, man, trust me. And when I say traveling, when I say successful, when I say successful, what I'm saying, yeah, you can find yourself a nice woman in these places, but you just got to be careful. No one's saying for you to be silly. No one's saying for you to go down to, you know, somewhere which is prolific for people who are drinking and partying. But, you know, you can find yourself a nice woman in certain other areas if you do that, and you can make it work for you, or you can travel 2-3 months throughout the year. A lot of guys don't travel at all. I know a lot of guys who do not travel. They do not go nowhere. You understand? They're not traveling. They're not partying. They're not going nowhere. And it's not good. You know what I mean? It's not good. And they get depressed and they get sad. And they got this new thing now. They call it incel. I mean, I don't know why they call it like that, but I've seen a lot of people like that, you know, involuntary celibate, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know what I mean? My goal on YouTube here is to encourage as much people as I can to travel the world, man, and enjoy your life. And you know, I aim for single guys, man. I aim for guys which are single, who's got themselves together. You know, I'm not saying for you to go on struggle to get yourself to go on holiday. I'm saying to you to get your finances together and get yourself out there, you know what I mean, and be brave. And you can't always grab someone to go with. And that's another thing. You got to be careful when you're trying to grab a guy to go with, because some people, they say, yeah, I'm going to go, and they're going to go. All the places I've been on my own. When I went Vietnam, I went on my own, by myself. When I went Thailand, I went by myself. When I went Philippines, I went by myself. I picked up myself and I went by myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to decide to go by yourself. You know what I mean? I'm going to read your comment again, Sheldon. Right. I'm tired of doing the right thing. That's everyone else has done. Traveling the world is the key. Exactly. Traveling the world is the key. It's the way forward. You understand? If you're traveling the world, if you're traveling the world, you have a different perspective of life. Right? Yeah, like I said, you have to, your mindset changes completely. You understand? And you know what I mean? You decide that it's like a lot of people don't get it, and there's a lot of people who do not travel. A lot of guys do not travel. I was surprised how much people don't travel. You know what I mean? And Some people don't like it. Some people are just not into it. Some people just, they have a negative perspective about it. But I tell you one thing: traveling in the world is the key, is the way forward in life. You can't expect. When I speak to a lot of single guys, even when I have consultations with them, and I say to them, what's your plan then? What's the plan? You know what I mean? What's the plan? They say to me, I'm just going to wait for it to see what happens, and see what comes up. Well, there's nothing going to come up, bro. There's nothing going to come up because, like I said, like what Einstein said, insanity, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, bro. You can't expect different results. It's never going to come. Let's read your comment again. Round trip to Thailand is cheaper than New York. Yes. Cheap. Thailand, you can get a round trip to Thailand. You can go to Thailand. You can get yourself a flight, go on the internet, get yourself a hotel, explore these places. I always say to check out the nightclubs, because the nightclubs is where you're more safer. Try and check out the nightclubs on the internet, which are your kind of nightclubs. Your kind of place, and check out the nightclubs. Go down there. Go and have yourself a good time, you know what I mean? You will have yourself a good time, there's no need to be sitting at home and just chilling and just you got everything going for you, but you haven't got you don't know, you haven't got the answers. I know, like I said, going back to the point, when I have these consultations with these guys, and I say, so what's your plan then? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, I don't know. I haven't got no choice. I've just got to be here. Well, you got no girl, you got no nothing. So what are you going to do then? Well, you must be able to want to do something, because if there's nothing going on here, you're not clubbing, you're not on the internet, you're not going out there to find friends, to find a girl. So you think a girl's just going to come knocking on your door and say to you, okay, I like you, and that's you, and that's me? It's not going to happen, is it? You got to get active. You got to get proactive with it. Proactive is like anything. It's like if your bank account is broke, you got to get proactive and get out there and work, man. Give it a whole year and get yourself working for the whole year and get your bank account nice. You understand? The same with women. It's not so hard when you're younger. Trust me, when you're younger, you're around, your whole lifestyle is different. You might not even have to travel. But don't get me wrong, when I was living in Thailand, a lot of people started traveling. It was starting to get younger and younger and younger. I seen guys which are 20, 30 traveling to Thailand and trying to find themselves, single guys trying to find themselves a girl. So I'm saying to them, you're 24 years old. What are you doing here? Well, boy, I can't take the dating scene in England. You're 24 years old. But they're traveling. So don't get me wrong. But like I said, when you're young, you might be a superhero in the Western world, but when you get to a certain age, right, you're gonna have to start improvising. You're gonna have to start coming up with a plan. You're gonna have to come up with. You're gonna have to do something, because if you don't, before you know it, you look back on it 5-10 years ago down the road, you think, I'm still here. I'm still in the same player. Still ain't found a girl. Still ain't thingy. I'm still not attracted to these girls, and then it's the same thing. You understand? So you have to get proactive. But I see a lot of guys who's not proactive. I speak to a lot of guys and they're not proactive. They're just basically just plodding along and waiting to see what happens and see if something comes up, and it's not going to come up. It's never going to come up. It never does come up, does it? Nothing does come up. You got to grab it by the horns and go and take it. You understand? You got to take what's yours, or it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? In a blink of an eye, you're 70 years old. You know what I mean? You know how much guys are living out in Thailand, they're living out in Philippines, and I speak to them, man. I speak to them all the time, because I speak to everybody. And they say to me, man, you're a young guy, man. I said, I'm not young, man. He said, yeah, you're 47, 48 years old. Bloody, get out there and enjoy your life. I wish I was your age. I'll give you anything. I'll give anything to be your age. I'll give the world to be your age. You know what I mean? And yes, that's what I'll read your comment again, Sean. No regrets, baby. I'm 48. No time for BS. Right, exactly. Right. If you're 48, you're getting onto a certain age. Get the hell out. Like I said, going back to the point, the guy says to me, I'll do anything to just be you, to just take some age off it. Get out there, explore the earth, enjoy your life. Just get out there and do whatever, Don't think about materialistic things. Get your security back home, but just get out there and enjoy your life. Trust me, because boy, I'm 70 years old. They're 70 years old. Some of them have got medical conditions. They got problems and this that. It's not so conducive for you to be traveling all around the world when you're 70 years old, you know what I mean? So you got to do it when you're young, you know what I mean? You got to do it. You got to enjoy your life when you're young. And you know what I mean? Like I said, the dating scene is not getting no better in the Western world, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's the woman or the men, but I know it's not getting no better. So if I can reach out and just touch one person, if I can have a consultation with one person, right? If I can have a consultation, for me, it's not about money, because money it's not a thing. I mean? I do my business, I got my thingy. Money is not the issue. If I can reach out, it's purpose. You understand? It's about purpose. It's having a purpose. If you can reach out and touch one person and say, boy, you know what? I changed you, man. I remember you. I remember when I first met you, you was depressed, you was sad, you was unhappy. And look at you now, man. Look at you. You're on top of the world, man. You're different. You change. If I can touch one person because they traveled, and then as you said, Sean, it boosts your confidence. Some of them come back to the Western world and they change up their whole life. You know, they're down the gym and they're working out and they're looking good and they're eating well and they're changed up. It just takes that one click. They realize that, hold on a minute, I'm not washed up. I'm not completely washed up. I'm all right. So all I got to do now is just get my ass down the gym, get my figure, and then get themselves back together, and then they start traveling again. You know what I mean? Eddie Johnson, what's up, Barry the Boss? Yes, I'm here, man. We're having a good conversation about traveling, and we're talking about we're trying to get the guys out to travel the earth and make a difference in their life, you know what I mean, and put down the materialistic things of life and trying to make a difference in this world, you know what I mean. I'm just talking about making a difference in this world and trying to do something which is good, and like I said, it makes it can change your life. I've seen people change their life, and that's what's important to me, is changing some guy's life. And along the way, if I can change a few guys' lives or whatever it is, if I can, like I said, you don't have to believe in my story. You can some people read watch my videos and don't believe it. Some people do believe it. Some people question it. Some people, I'm always open for any questions, you know what I mean? I'm open for it. You know what I mean? Some people, I don't return to negativity, because negativity is something which I don't deal with. You understand? I only deal with positivity. And if you're positive and you do it right, then we could do it. You know what I mean? Right. I read your comment, BKG, my man. Where do you see Putty in 5 years' time? I'll be honest with you. To be honest with you, in 5 years' time, I see Pattaya completely changed. All the bars, all the clubs are going to change up. Everything's going to change up. It's going to be a different kind of business, right? It's not going to be geared towards foreigners coming to Thailand to meet couples. It's going to be geared towards a family orientated. There's going to be malls. There's going to be thingy. They're going to push more of the family thing. They're going to try and make it into a beach resort. I'm just taking my predicament. They're going to change it more into the beach resort. Don't get me wrong. The clubs might still be there. They will be there, but it won't be prolifically in that kind of way. It won't be that kind of direction. The direction they're kind of going is more cleaning up and make it really more like a business-orientated place where you can create businesses and people come there for business and different things like that. I can see a lot of people going back, a lot of women going back to the village. I can see a lot of things changing. I can see it changing in 5 years' time. Let me read another comment from Eddie Jackson. Good conversation. Which is better, Philippines or Thailand? It depends on your choice. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's always choice. For me, like I said, Thailand, even if you go to Thailand today and you've never been before, you're going to think Thailand is heaven. Even though how expensive it is, you're still going to say it's heaven. If you've never been before, you're going to think Thailand is the best place on earth. Now, if you go to Philippines if you go Philippines first, you're going to think it's good because of the conversation. You're going to have a really good conversation. You're going to have a really nice time. Like I said, to answer your question, I would say it depends on what side of the bed you wake up in the morning. That's what I would say. Right. So Eddie Jackson says again, Malaysia or Indonesia? Me personally, I would say Malaysia, because Indonesia is going through a few. So for single men, we're going through problems at the moment. So, you know what I mean? For single men, I'll just leave it like that. Eddie Jackson, is it true that English language is permitted in Malaysia? Yes, it is. Yes, prominent in Malaysia. It is. Malaysia speaks English too. Good English. It's good down there. Right. BKG, my man. Let's see. Angel City is not the same as Pattaya, but you still can have fun. Right. That's correct. Angular City is nowhere compared to Pattaya City. Pattaya, Angel City is like, I would say 4 compared to Pattaya. Pattaya, you have fun. Pattaya, you got bars. Pattaya, you have eating out. Pattaya, you have everything. If you're talking about Asia, you have everything. But the problem is, it's got to commercialize down. They commercialize down the problem. That is the problem. And the money, it all comes back down to the money, isn't it? If you can spend $200, $300, $400 in 2-3 hours, that's not a really good conducive place for a single guy to go, is it? You know what I mean? Like I said, but Angel City is good, but it's different, isn't it? It's like 10, 15 years behind. What they need down Angel City is to catch up. They will catch up. Don't get me wrong. They will catch up. And I can tell you one thing, mate. You better start going down there now, because I'll tell you what, they're going to catch up. And what they're going to do, they're going to catch up. It's going to get expensive. That's what it's going to get. You can go down to Philippines now and have a good time. You know what I mean? I get 7,000 pesos, I should say, to 7,000 pesos for £100. 7,000, right? So you can have a good time with that. Let's read your comment now, BG, my man. Going to both spots next week. Right, good. Check out both spots, man. Go and do it, man. Do it. That's what I encourage. Do it. Do it, man. That's what I like. Do it. Right, Eddie Jackson. Do a book on DJs for the night, for clubs. Right, a book on DJs for clubs. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll take that idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, I could do that quite easy, to be honest. Right, Eddie, again, can you explain your business? You're a club or promoter? Right, what it is, right? I'm not a nightclub. I don't own a nightclub. I don't have a nightclub. But what I do, I have a team of people, a team of guys. And what we do, we fill up your nightclub. So when Thailand was booming and everybody was coming down there to flood all their money in, the clubs was opening overnight in the months. Within a month, the club was open. The next month, the club was open. Now, my team club fillers ain't got a reputation for saying, look, man, if you open your club, you better go to this guy. And this is Barry and his team. I'm not saying just me, Barry and his team. Now, if you want to get hold of him, I was doing it with everything on Facebook at the time. So, bang, people would just join me. I know when it's an owner. He comes up, I look on his page, boom, it's an owner. So what we do, and then he'll contact me. Can we have a meeting? I have a meeting with him. We flush out a deal. What's good for my team and me. And boom, Bob's your uncle. That's what I do. And then we get to work. I put the promotions in place, which needs to be to fill up your club. You see, the thing about it, the problem with these go-go's and these places and open up clubs is that they just open up a club. They don't think about promotion. They don't think about that. They just think about that last. And then what they do, they open up a club and then they don't know nothing about promotion and no one comes because everybody's going everybody else. So no one don't know about their club. So within 3-4 months, the club's closed. Now, what we do, because we know everybody in most of these places, we bring all our friends to the clubs and we fill up the clubs. And that's what you call nightclub promoting. That's why I named it Club Fillers Inc. So it's basically we fill up nightclubs. Let's get your next comment. BKG, my man again. Barry was on Walking Street heavy, we used to put on everything. Yes, put me on everything, I should say. Let me read it right. Put me on everything. That's correct. Yes, I was on Walking Street heavy. I was on most of these places. Yes, I was there heavy because we had to knuckle down to one place. You see, I was going to go to Bangkok. They wanted me to come to Phuket. They wanted me to come all over, all different places. You know what I mean? But Pattaya was, at the time, was banging. Pattaya was money was banging and everybody was making money and things was running good in Pattaya and people loved it. And I had a lot of workers which wanted to stable in one place. They didn't want me to go anywhere else. So what I did, I stayed in one place And when I stayed in one place now, then it became good for me. It was good. It was really good for me. You know what I mean? Let's read another comment from you, Sean. Right, I want to look at starting a business of my own in Thailand or Philippines before they go Hollywood. Right, well, I did speak about that earlier. Well, personally speaking, the way the situation is in Thailand right now, I wouldn't advise it personally. I did speak about my story when I've met a lot of people who was invested millions and millions down in Pattaya and lost it overnight in record timing. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't advise it, but you know what I mean? If you're gonna start a business, if you want to start a business and it's your choice, you go down there and do your research, check it out. Check out the places. Go and talk to a few of the owners. They're down to earth. They're nice people, and you will meet them and speak to them, and they'll tell you the ins and outs of what's going on around there. They're quite nice people. Eddie Jackson, I've had two close friends who are DJs. Can you manage to book them into a club or in Southeast Asia? Right, you've had two. Right, well, to be honest with you, right, I'll be honest with you, because I'm in England right now. I don't really connect like that. He's gonna have to go down there. I can tell him where to go, and I can tell you who the owners are, but I don't connect like that because I like to connect. I like to connect where a place where I'm at. You see what I'm saying? Because the point is, when I'm not at, people, people. This is a business, isn't it? And yes, I like to be where I'm at, and where I'm at, that's when we can work. So that one, he has to get down there. Check. I can show him the clubs where to go to and the owners and speak to them. And like I said, flush out a deal. They're always after some new DJs and new talent. You know, they're always after that. He'll be able to get down there and check it out. There's a lot of clubs which they're always after fresh talent. Fresh talent is always good in a nightclub. You know, if you can go down like you got a lot of clubs. You got a lot of clubs down in Southeast Asia. You know, if you go down to, I can name a few now if you want. If you go down to Vietnam, you got Lush Club, you got Apocalypse Club. You know, you got Saigon Bar, which is good down in Vietnam. If you go Thailand, you can check out a lot in Bangkok, Sugar Club. You got a lot down there. You got you got a lot of clubs down there. You got a lot of strip down there. Down in Bangkok. Pattaya, you obviously got Flex Club, you got Insomnia, you got I-Bar, you got Mix Club, and the list goes on. You know what I mean? You got a lot of Indian clubs coming up right now, a lot of Indian clubs. And then you got Philippines, you got if you go, it depends where you go in Philippines. If you go Makati, you got a lot of clubs down there as well. And then you got Angel City, you got High Society, which is good. And you got a couple other clubs was open down there. There's actually a couple of new clubs was open down there, which I got in contact with was open down there. They're not doing that well, I heard. So if he goes down there, you might be able to get a DJ spot down there. A DJ can bring people in the club. Promoters, owners, and owners always after good DJs. DJs can make your life much easier. One DJ can change your whole club because that DJ could be famous and he brings a crowd with him. And once he brings that crowd with him, then boy, he's half the job done already. So he's got to get out there and get proactive with it. If he gets proactive with it, it'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like I said, you like we always call it. We call it boots on the ground. You need to put your boots on the ground, man, and get out there. Like I said, do the homework. I haven't been everywhere, but I've been a few places, and I can tell you what, man. If you get down to if you get down there, you're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a good time. You got to check out. Like I said, I always promote the guys to get out there, travel the earth, check your thing, whatever your business is. Try and bring it to wherever it is. There's loads of digital nomads down in Vietnam. Loads. They're down there. They do their digital nomad. They do their sell online, or they do a combination of things. They teach English. You know, they teach English online. A lot of things you can do. You know what I mean? You can do a lot of things and travel the earth, and you don't, but you got to have, we call it boots on the ground. You got to get your boots on the ground, get your ticket, get down there, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a bit like doing business in China. You can't just do it over the internet, can you? You have to get down there. You have to get down to wherever it is, Guangzhou or Shanghai or wherever it is. You got to get down there, and yeah, you'll be all right. Let me read one of your comment. Eddie Jackson, high society. They didn't kill the young owner of the club a few years ago. Well, I don't really know about that, and I don't really want to touch on that one. But yeah, high society is a good club, man. It's a really nice club to go into, man. Trust me. You'll have a really good time down in a high society, man. I had a really, really good time when I was down there as well. I've been there loads of times. And yeah, the DJs are nice as well, and the MCs are nice as well. High society is nice, man. High society is you got and you got a lot of nice women down in the high society, man. High society's got some nice women, got a few gems down there, man. You can check out as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. High society. If you're in Angel City, and then another thing about Angel City, you don't even have to go to the nightclubs in Angel City, because I went down the malls. I was down, PK Mall and malls, man. I was picking up women down in the mall, man. I'm a single guy. If I was picking up girls in the mall, I was going down the body shop. I was picking up women, talking to them, being friendly, and picking up women in the mall. Picking up women when I was, talking to them. I was chatting them up, getting their number. When I say picking them up, I mean chatting them up, getting their number, getting their IG, getting their fee. Philippines is cool, man. I mean, it's not even, you don't even have to go clubbing. That's the truth. That's the thing about ice. If you, especially Angel City, Bukray is a little bit more different. Boracay, I should say, is a little bit different. And Makati's good as well. You know what I mean? But Angel City, you could just go to, we used to chill out in the Quasimodo's and chill outside the Quasimodo's bar, eat something and watch the women go by and just chill out down there. You can go down to the Quasimodo's. You can go, you don't really have to go to the clubs, but you know what I mean. I always encourage go to the clubs because it's safe. You know what I mean. It's always safe when you're in a club, more or less, because you know what I mean. It's just a nightclub, isn't it? It's not like you're just hanging around, just loitering around. It's always good to go into a nightclub and you know what I mean, chill out in a nightclub and meet a friend that way. Or if you're into the go-go's, then go into the go-go's. Right, we're going to answer another question. When are you traveling again? Do you stay a few months at a time? Right, that's a good question. Excuse me. I'm looking to travel again by the end of the year. I'm looking to travel again by Christmas. And when I stay 1 month usually. I like to field out the place. Wherever I go 1 month. Most of the time I go by myself. And what I'm looking to do, I want to go Philippines, because the Philippines has got a lot of unexplored places which I haven't been. So I really want to get to the Philippines. I think I'm going to be going down to the Philippines between the next 6 months. So Philippines is on my eye to get down to the Philippines. Yeah, like I said, I was going to go to Vietnam this year, to Ho Chi Minh City, because I've got my eye on that place about a nightclub down there. But to answer your question, yes, I think Philippines is the target right now. I want to explore places which I haven't been in Philippines. I haven't been everywhere, and I want to check out the Philippines. I want to go into a few islands. I want to go, go around as well. There's some nice places to go, Yes, like you said, we answer your question again, Eddie Jackson. Yeah, you got Manila, you got Makati, Cebu, Davao. Yeah, Davao, beautiful. Davao, Cebu. Yeah, man, them places I want to explore. So I want to go around them places. But I heard them places they're getting a lot of tourists are coming around them places now, and the women are acting funny. Yes, this is what I heard. This is what I heard for you guys. I heard that the girls are acting funny in a town. Is it called? Is it Davao? It might be Davao. The girls are acting funny now because there's so many tourists that they're getting chatted up left, right, and center. And the women are just they're not acting as friendly as they used to act. many years ago. So things are changing down in the Philippines. I tell you, man, things are gonna start changing, mate. Like I said, so them places there, that's good with the eggs up, and BGC. Like I said, yes, things are changing. Like I said, these places are changing. But yeah, them places are nice, man. You know what I mean? Yes, I'll answer your question again. I have two friends in Dubagetti. Yeah, Duval. Yes, Bacol. Yes, Bacol. Bacol is good. Bacol. That's it. Bacol. Many expats down in Bacol. Yes, really nice down in Bacol. Yeah, that's a good little place down there. I want to check out all these places. I want to go to these places. I want to go down there. I want to explore around. You know what I mean? I want to go around this time. I want to go around Philippines and see what's nice and see what's good. You know what I mean? Like I said, I want to go Cebu. I want to go last time because I really get stuck down when I go to the last times I've been to Philippines, I got stuck down in certain places, and I don't want to start exploring around. You know what I mean? Get around a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think Philippines is on the cards. I think Philippines is on the cards for everybody this year. Even though I know a lot of people are not traveling this year. I'll answer your question again. Yeah, a huge festival in Bacol. Yeah, in October. Yes. Yes, yeah, I heard about that festival. I heard about the festival in October. In October, I actually saw a internet guy, YouTuber, filming the festival. Yes, it was a good festival. It seemed really good, and it was very friendly down there, very friendly, and easy to meet a lot of friends down in that place there. I did hear about that festival actually, and yeah, I would like to check that out one day myself. All these places I'd like to check out. I like to go and explore. I don't want to stay in one place too much. The only thing is when I go to a new place, I don't like to change around too much because I like to feel out the place. I get really good conception of it and see how really how the place is. Like when I went to Vietnam, I liked to stay in Ho Chi Minh City. I was going to go up to Hanoi. I didn't go to Hanoi. I didn't get to Hanoi. I'm sad I didn't go to there's a beach place. Someone remind me where is the beach place in Vietnam. It's called Da Nang. That's it. Da Nang. I really wanted to get to Da Nang and check out Da Nang, you know what I mean? And see what Da Nang is like. Yeah, I want to check out Da Nang and I want to see what Da Nang is like. And if I can get down to Da Nang and if I can get down to I didn't go to Da Nang. So if I can get down to the Philippines and check out a few places in the Philippines, I think that's going to be my next spot. Like I said, I did promise my guys I'm going to try something down in Vietnam. I might leave it more later on down in the years for the Vietnam to see. I've got to go down there and go and take a look and see what's happening down in if there's any changes down in Ho Chi Minh City. You know what I mean? Ho Chi Minh City is getting full up, but it's nice down there. It's nice. It's nice. It's really nice. And they just got to just learn more English. And you can actually, if you want to, I see a lot of people teaching English down there, like $25 an hour. You can get a good teaching job down there if you want to be a expat for a long while. They give you a job very easy down in Ho Chi Minh City and Vietnam. Vietnam, you get a job very easy, and a lot of guys they're whacking it with the online English teaching and the English teaching that they're going into teaching as well, and they're making $2,000-3,000 a month. So Ho Chi Minh City is a lot. And another thing about Vietnam, which is good, is that you can get a visa for a year. You can get a business visa for a year, and I think if you're an American, you get, I don't know how much, it's under $300 anyway. But you can get a business visa very easy, and that's when you got your business visa. That's it for you. You know what I mean? You can just chill out there, get your place and get your apartment, get a good apartment, and there you go. So the visa is very easy to get in down in Vietnam. Now the visa system in the Philippines is easy at the moment, but you have to do, I think you can get 3 years. You see, at the moment it's easy. Yeah, it's easy down in Philippines. I don't know what's happening to Thailand. I really don't. I really don't know what's happening. But I mean, like I said, on a good note, I think things will change upon the well, visa aspect of it. I read your comment again. Have you thought about Japan? Japan, yeah, I did speak about Japan just a minute ago. Now, Japan is a very, very nice place to go, man. Beautiful country, and the women are very beautiful. The problem with Japan is it reminds me a bit like a Western world. It's not as prolific as dating scene. If you're an older guy, it's not really that kind of scene. You know what I mean? It's more. It's as people say. People tell me that Japan is boring. That's what people tell me. That's what when I have consultations with people, they tell me that Japan is boring. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna check out Japan. I haven't been to Japan yet, so I really would like to go. I would like to go for a month, to be honest with you. Yeah, to Japan. Japan is definitely on the cards. But like I said, I'm not sure about the visa system, but I do know that it's expensive. Japan is very expensive. It's not a joke down there, mate. It's very expensive. Right, Black and Brilliant. Nice to see you, man. I just want to say I love your channel, man. I'll be using your tips for the places you visit. Oh, brilliant, man. Brilliant, man. That's really good, man. Man, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm here. You know what I mean? I decided to just change up things a little bit more, And, like I said, I just did say my purpose earlier, but my purpose is to give guys, tips and advices and, just something was coming from me, which I know, just my side of it. You know what I mean? If some people would, like, I've realized that most of the guys which are intelligent and smart, they take it and they really respect it, They really respect it. And the guy, you do get some other negative ones which are young and they just say some stupid things. But if you're a smart guy and you know what I mean, most of the guys which are smart, they take it and then they say, oh, they're really good tips, man. And that encourages me to do more, you know what I mean? Like I said, I've only been, like I said, I've been on Facebook for 6 years, and I did all my business on Facebook, and I bought up a lot of things on Facebook, and I just decided to change it over a little bit, change up something different. But like I said, yeah, man, I'll read your comment again, Eddie. Yeah, like I said, Black and Brilliant. I appreciate it, man. Anytime, man, just hit me up. I'm right here, man. My friend just got back from Japan. He said it was the cleanest, safest place he's ever been, especially for black men. But it's expensive. Well, that's what I'm saying. It is very, very clean, very nice down in Japan. Japan is what I've seen and what I've read and what I've figured is brilliant. It's nice, but it's expensive. It's expensive. The economy is crazy. You know what I mean? And if you're a traveler, if you're traveling around, man, you don't want to be taking off all kind of money, $2,000-3,000 down in Japan. But Japan is nice. Japan is a nice place. It's clean. It's beautiful. The economy is wicked. The internet is super fast. You got everything. I would say Japan is a place for a man which is, got a good budget behind him. If you got a good budget behind you, then Japan is the place to go. You know what I mean? But Japan is expensive. Japan ain't cheap, man. We will have a good time in Japan. I would like to check out the nightclubs because I know there's a lot of I heard there's a lot of hip hop culture going on down in Japan. There's a hip hop culture and they're into the hip hop and R&B. And when you get that kind of hip hop culture going on, what comes with it after that. So I would like to check out Japan's nightclubbing and night places. Like I said, I've got a lot of friends who's been to Japan. I've done a lot of research on Japan, and Japan would be very, very nice to check out. And I read your comment again, right? Like Singapore, it's been there too. Clean, safe, expensive. I stayed in Marina Bay Sands. Right, very nice. Yes. Now Singapore is very crisp, and the women are very beautiful. But it is not a single man's paradise. That's the thing. It's not. It's more of a thing where if you go to Singapore, they work a lot in Singapore. They work and they work and they work and they work a lot in Singapore. And Singapore is a place where if you go down there, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to you're gonna have to look around if you're looking for company. I should say. Let me put it like, yeah, if you're gonna look around and you know Singapore, but Singapore is nice. I'll give Singapore that. If you check out Singapore, Singapore is a nice place to go. But it's not. I'm not gonna encourage anybody. And that's another thing. I did make a video. I did make a video about places where black guys are gonna struggle. And like I said, and I did put Singapore in there because I tell you what, man, Singapore, you know, Singapore, you will struggle down in Singapore. But like I said, it's a beautiful country, isn't it? It is nice. But like I said, Singapore, yeah, like I said, you can travel around, you know what I mean? You can travel around. All you gotta do is just stick your neck out there. Like I said, I cater for all different needs of all different people. It's not everybody's gonna like Philippines, and not everybody's gonna like Thailand, and not everybody's gonna like like Cambodia. Like Cambodia is rough, man. It's rough down there, man. You know, you got some rough spots down there. You know, it's not really a beautiful place to be. So you know, you just gotta just filter around. I just cater for whatever different people would like to be. If you like a nice, clean, quiet place, I would divert a person to say go to Vietnam and struggle it out down there. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. Um, if you like a bit of a wild, if you're a wild kind of guy, or if you're a younger guy, I would turn around and say go to Thailand. I'd say check down to Thailand because Thailand, you're a young guy, you're wild, you figure the girls are wild, you're wild, you're gonna have a brilliant time, you got a bit of money in your pocket, you're gonna have a good time in Thailand. Now if you're an older expat and you're an older guy, I would say go down to Philippines. Check out Philippines. Yes, let's read your comment again. I've torn between the two, Brazil and Southeast Asia, for my next trip for my YouTube channel. What do you think? I'm a new traveling, but I just want to go there places which are going to show me the most love. Right. That's a good point. Now, if you want to go places we're going to show you the most love in Southeast Asia, well, personally, I would say go Thailand first. Go Thailand, right? And then once you leave Thailand, go to Philippines. You know what I mean? Because if you go to Thailand, but you have to go to certain places in Thailand because Thailand is funny. Thailand is sketchy. If you go to certain places in Thailand, if you go to Bangkok in Thailand, and and I would say if you're a black guy and you're going to Bangkok in Thailand, you might struggle. That's all I can say. You might not, but you might struggle. But if you go to certain places, but like I said, Brazil is nice. The thing about Brazil is commercialized a lot, man. Brazil is commercialized down for travel. And the thing about if you're a travel vlogger, I would say Southeast Asia, because Southeast Asia, people get a lot of views down there. Thailand, you get loads of views. People are very interested in Thailand. People are very interested in Philippines. Them two places there, you get a lot of views, and even if Vietnam as well coming up now, but the Thailand, and you're going to get a lot of views down. People are very interested in them places, and if you're like your names, you're black and brilliant, and you're trying to cater for black guys, and a lot of black Americans and black English they have never been to Asia before. A lot of them has been to Brazil, so you can only school them so much. You know what I mean? And if you go down to Thailand, there you could school them about what's happening, where to go, what you've done. They'll be more interested. They're like, I've never really thought about that. You could school them more. So I would say, personally, if you've never been to Thailand, to go and check out Thailand and see what Thailand got to offer. You know what I mean? Thailand is got a lot to offer down there. You know what I mean? It's if you're a vlogger, I know vloggers I know a lot of vloggers in Thailand and they do well, you know what I mean? Right, I read another one. You come on, I've seen. Did you see more black guys in Thailand or Philippines? Right. Now let's get it right. Now let me have a drink for this one. I'm going to answer your question. I just have a drink of water. 10 years ago, when I first came to Thailand, there was a lot of black guys who started coming down there. It became a big trend because what it was, when the war was on, there was a lot of army guys who used to just leave there and go to Thailand. And Thailand became especially Pattaya, became very saturated with a lot of black guys. And Bangkok became a lot of places. A lot of Africans was in Bangkok as well, and doing business and things like that. And there was a lot of black guys in Pattaya and Bangkok, right? And then it became a big trend, and hip hop started to just blow in Bangkok. I mean, in Pattaya and around. So it became boom with a lot of black guys. It was a lot of phase of black guys. Now, what happened was when the black Americans stopped the war, they stopped doing contract working, and it kind of died down. And then what happened with Bangkok was that a lot of the Bangkok guys, locals, started to get fed up of the black guys doing business in Bangkok, and that went downhill. So a lot of them left, and a lot of the Pattaya people were left. So now the situation of black guys has gone right downhill in Pattaya. Now in Philippines there was an army base in Philippines and in Angel City, I think. Then black guys started to flood down to Angel City and Philippines. So now Philippines has got lots more black guys than Pattaya, a lot more. Pattaya and Thailand, black guys has gone right downhill. It's gone really quiet for black Americans and black thingy, because you got to remember as well, even for me and for black Americans is 24 hours away. For me, it's 12 hours, 13 hours away. So it's a far way. It's a far way to come when you can just go down to Brazil. You can go Dominican Republic, which is 3-4 hours. You can whatever coast you're on. And so to answer your question, I would say Philippines is where all the black guys are now. And Philippines is where a lot of people are right now. And people's left there and gone to the Philippines. You know what I mean? You got like I said, you got more bang for your buck. You got more, you got more pesos. The pesos, you get 52 for American pesos. Thailand, you get 30. It's gone down to 30, and I think it's going down more. Yeah, right. Now I'll read another one of your comments. Oh my gosh, I think you are for. Thank you for the advice. Right, no problem, man. I'm here, man. Like I said, I'm here to give advice, and you know what I mean. I'll give you that advice. I'm here. This is what my purpose is. You know what I mean? To give advice to people, which is to see my side of it. Because, like I said, everybody's got their side of it. But you know what I mean. If I'm only telling you my side. You can take it, and you know what I mean. Like I said, you guys seem like intelligent guys, smart guys, and I know that you digest it and take it in the right way. There's some guys which is negative, and I just leave them alone. I just ignore them. I'll never reply to a negative comment. But like I said, you know what I mean? I can give you my side and my advice on it. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not always right. I'm not always 100% right. But I tell you one thing, I do know something. And what I do know is that things are changing down in Southeast Asia. Things are changing all over the world. Like I said, things have changed before. And I can just give you my side of the story, like I said. But like I said, for travel vloggers, like I said, there's what it was. And the thing about Pattaya. The only thing about Pattaya, I would say, is that if you're traveling vlogging in Pattaya, there's been saturated a lot. A lot of vloggers are in Pattaya, right? We've been in Pattaya, and the view count started to go down. You know what I mean? So you got to try and venture out a little bit more. You got to start going around, because people a load of vloggers started to just flood down into Pattaya, and it just got oversaturated. Anything gets oversaturated, that then it becomes like that. But I'll read another one of your comments. Russians are taking over Thailand, right? Russians. This is what happened with Russians, yeah. Russians, we'll talk about Russians one. Let's have a drink. Russians, right? Russians, we'll talk about Russians next. Right, sorry about that pit stop break. Right, now Russians, right? That's a good point. Russians came to Thailand. I remember when Russians first came to Thailand, and Russian women started to come to Thailand. When Thailand was not even there was not much Russians there. They came down there because what it is, Russia's not that far from Thailand. And what it is, they can go down there and it's cheap. And what it is, in the wintertime, Russia becomes below 40. And then, so it snowed under and it's terrible. There's no life. So what they do, they fly down to Thailand on a cheap $99, $150, $200 flight down to Thailand. And they started coming down there. And then what happened was the Russian naughty boys, I should say, Russian naughty boys started to come down there and invest. They invested down in Thailand, and now they invested in the property. They invested in Pattaya. They invested in go-go's. They invested in nightclubs. They invested a lot of money. Russian became a craze. It's not that far for them. Like I said again, it's only 2, 3, 4 hours away for them. So a lot of Russians. But what happened was, right? What happened with Russia was that overnight their money went in half. Just like the pound has gone in half. It went overnight. It went in half. And compared to the Thai baht, it went in half. It went from like 70 straight to 35. And then what happened was, the Russians couldn't afford to come there no more. It was too expensive. It started to get expensive. So a lot of them started dropping off. It started dropping off. And a lot of Russians. So there's not as many Russians. There's still a lot of Russians. If you go to Pattaya in Pattaya, you go to Pattaya City, you see a lot of Russians as well. You go to Mixed Club, you see a lot of Russians. And Russian girls like the brothers too, you know. Russian girls do like the brothers too, you know what I mean? Russian girls, yeah, Russian. But they were big down there. And it became a craze. I tell you a fun joke. It was a big craze down there. The Russians started rushing down to Pattaya, and now it's quieting down a lot. But yeah, Koreans are taking over Philippines. Now, Philippines, with the Koreans now, what it was, right? Koreans, they've got shops down in Philippines. They've got businesses down in Philippines. Korea's not that far from them, and they get a lot of love from the Philippine people. They like Korean people. Even in Vietnam, they get Korean people. But Korean people are not that bad. They're nice, quite nice people, and they're quite friendly to the brothers, and they're into the R&B music and hip hop and things like that, and they're into the culture as well. But yeah, Koreans are in a big. There's a Korean town in Philippines. Actually, there's a big Korean town where there's a lot of Korean people. And but most of the time I've met most Korean guys, they're young, they're cool, but yeah, they're coming up in a big way, you know what I mean? They are actually they're coming up in Philippines, man. They're taking it over. They are taking over Philippines, but I wouldn't say they're taking over, but I just say that they've planted their seed in Philippines. They like that. From when you get a mixture of people which like you, and you can mix with them, there's no threat. They're Asian, Koreans Asian, they're Philippines, and there's a certain amount of respect. The women love them, obviously, they spend a lot. And they get comfortable, they're gonna build up a business like anybody else should do throughout the world. If you find a space throughout this earth which respects you, and you know what I mean, you can make something for yourself, and you can change where you're living. Well, why not build up a business? So what's what they've done? They build up a business, and then one tell the other, the other tell the other. It's a bit like the Chinese. The Chinese are taking over the earth. The Chinese are taking all over the world. You know, the Chinese are smart, because, you know, the Chinese are taking over not just one place. They're all over the country, all over the world. So the Chinese are doing good too. Right, let's read another one here coming. I think you're a good example of inspiration. Keep going. What are you doing? Much respect. Yes. Well, you know, like I said, that's what I do. I inspire people. I try to inspire people. I try to use my influence of what I've got inside of me, my core, what's inside of me, to influence and positive people, though, to be positive, you know, not negativity. It's too easy to be negative. It's too easy to be, you know, to be negative and think about life in a negative way. It's too easy to think of failure. I want success. I like success, you know what I mean? And I like to encourage people, you know what I mean? And show people a different way in life, you know? Show people that you don't have to be, you know, living the way a life that you know, she's just down. Like I said, traveling changes your mindset. It makes you a different kind of person. It definitely does. Like I said, there is a downside to it, and the downside is coming back to your hometown. Because if you have to make money or you've got businesses and things like that, you have to come home. But the point is, yeah, you know, traveling changes your mindset. It makes you, you know, into a better person, I say. And you know what I mean? It makes you meet different cultures. I met different people. I met Korean people down in Philippines. I met many friends down in Philippines, Korean guys. And we talk, chill out, relax. You know, no big deal. I'm not, you know, they're on my Facebook. When I was in Vietnam, I met where was this guy from? He's from Korea. Korea, I met a Vietnam guy and he's on my Facebook, and you know, he asked me, what do I do for a living? I told him I do nightclub promotion. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm an older guy, so it's not like, you know what I mean? I'm not like a young guy running around doing nothing silly. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know, I meet people, man. You meet people. When you're traveling the earth, you meet people. People's mindset is different when you're traveling. You know what I mean? When you're traveling the world, you know what I mean? And then I read another one here coming. Yeah, yes, more black men need to travel. One guy told me he doesn't, he told me he doesn't travel because of racism. Right. Well, I don't like to touch on racism too much, but I tell you what, mate, you know, the end of the day, man, you have to deal with racism, and dealing with people with your race is negative, isn't it? And I start to stay away from negativity. I can see you from across the room if you're negative. If you don't want to talk to me, I don't talk to you. If you're friendly with me, I'm going to be more friendly than you're ever going to know. You're going to be my friend. You're going to be on my Facebook. We're going to talk. We're going to chat. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about women. We're going to have fun. We're going to chat about women together. We're going to figure, man, I'm telling you, man, I you know, to me, it's just negativity. I met this white guy when I was in Angel City, and I was in high society. And there was a white guy and a black guy. And the white guy said, yeah, I get all the girls, and then he takes them off me. And I was laughing about it, and we had a good laugh about it. I said, well, that's the way life is sometimes, you know what I mean? It goes one hand the other. Maybe it'll come back the other way. But, you know, we were running jokes, so, you know, we broke ice, you understand? It's not like, so I really realized it's not really a black or white thing. It's just a thing where, you know what I mean? Especially when you're traveling, is everybody's trying to, if you're a single guy, you're traveling, you come out of the matrix and change up your life and think about something different. You understand? You know, change your mindset. You understand? Because the Western world can get you clouded, can get your mind into a world where, I know guys, which I don't even want to dwell on it. I know guys which their mind is so warped, their mind is so negative. It's just like, there's no hope for you. I just don't even want to be around you. You know what I mean? So it's different. Yeah, you're right. It's just to be positive, and no matter what. That's correct. You know what I mean? Be positive. Be a positive-minded person. You know what I mean? And try and do your best where you can go. You can do. You know what I mean? Right. But where's your number one country for single black men? Right. That's a good question. Let me have a drink for that one, man. Cheers, Tor. Right, Joseph. Right, my number one country for black men. Right, now, you see, that's a very good question. I'm gonna put it into three categories, right? I would say Thailand, I would say Colombia, and it's not in no right order, right? I would say Philippines, right? And I would say Dominican Republic. That's what I put it as. I put it in that kind of category. And whatever way you want to, if you want top three, we'll do it top three then. If we're going to do top three, we'll do top three. All right. I would say Dominican Republic, Philippines, Thailand. Colombia is big. Colombia's coming up big now. It's good. It's changing, isn't it? A lot of the brothers are leaving Dominican Republic and going to Colombia. And Colombia is cheaper now. It's cheaper. And the women are very beautiful, man. Very, very nice. And, and they're into the brothers as well. So they're into black men. So that's why I say Colombia. And Colombia is nice to go around and put nice places in it as well. So that's why I say Colombia. Yeah, Colombia. Colombia, yeah, like that's my top three. But like I said, Yeah, Colombia, like Dominican Republic used to be like I've been down to Dominican Republic and I've done the whole thing down there and all that. And I actually stayed in Puerto Plata, which was nicer because sometimes I like to come away from the madness, and just chill out. And chill out from the madness. And I've done. The reason why I wouldn't say Brazil is because Brazil is played out. Brazil is commercialized down. Any place what gets commercialized down, you are going to you're going to spend a lot of money. And once you spend a lot of money, and then and then another thing about it, the girls become bougie. They become gassed up. They become gassed up in Brazil. You go down to Brazil now, bloody hell. All the best looking women have been shipped out to another country. As the guy said, you go there, if you want to see the best looking women, go to the airport. They're all traveling out to another country. The people are shipping them out online or whatever they're doing. They're shipping them out. So all the best quality streets have been shipped out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's still beautiful women in Brazil, but the Brazil is shipped out. It's commercialized down. So it's time to move on. You know what I mean? But it's time to move on. That's why I would say that. But like I said, Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic was good, and Sunsura is really good. I would even put Sunsura at number one. But the point was Sunsura has got problems. They're having problems down there. They're trying to make changes. You know what I mean? All these places are trying to make changes. You remember that if you're a single guy, if you're a single man's paradise, I should say. You got to be careful of. They got to be careful of the of what they're doing. That's all I can say. They've got to be careful of what they're doing. So these places are getting. You have to change. You have to change up and and become more like a family orientated or water it down a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't just be in one direction. So that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't put Brazil. But yeah, like I said, Dominican Republic would even put on my number one. The reason with Dominican Republic, like I said, if they can get over their changes and they can move the nightclubs. I call it nightclubs. We move the nightclubs to a different location and keep running business as normal. I think Dominican Republic will go through the roof. I think Dominican Republic might come up to number one. It might change. It might change from Colombia. People stop going Colombia and stop going Brazil and start going DR again. But people, they start. Most of the American guys, they start in DR, don't they? Then they move from DR. Then they go Colombia. They go Brazil, and then they go down to Asia. They don't want to go too far straight away. So that's how it works. They go DR first. So that's why DR. But like I said, like I was in Puerto Plata with the girl. Yeah, I know. I see what's going on around there. So it's a nice place to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Have you stretched? What about Panama? I've seen all about Panama. I know about Panama. Now Panama is a place which, I gotta have a drink for, because I'll tell you one thing, boy. Panama 10 years ago was cheap. Panama now is for yuppie guys. If you're a rich guy, you better go to Panama, mate. Panama ain't no joke no more, mate. Panama just went into a different Richter scale. So if you've seen the buildings, if you've seen the quality of the place, it's just absolutely amazing. That ain't no ghetto. That ain't no ghetto. Panama is a serious place. So if you're talking about a single man's paradise, man, you go in Panama, mate. You carry a lot of money with you, man. You know what I mean? You carry a lot of money with you. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. Panama is beautiful. It's very beautiful, but it's expensive. Like I said, you know what I mean? When I promote Single Man's Paradise, I'm promoting places where you can go and you can have a really good time on a good little budget. I'm not telling you to go out there and break the bank just to go and thingy. I'm telling you to go out there and have a really good time. You know what I mean? And and still come back and you're cool. And you go back and say, "Oh man, I'm coming back." I know guys who travel every 2 months, every 3 months. Every 3 months they travel. You know what I mean? That's what you know what I mean? Yeah, Costa Rica. You see, Costa Rica. Now Costa Rica Costa Rica is another place. So another place is commercialized down. And Costa Rica is nice, though. The women are very beautiful, man. Very nice down there, man. Very beautiful women in Costa Rica. Yeah. Right. Top 3 in European countries. Let's get it right. I'm not going to put it in alphabetical order. Let's get it right. Top 3 European countries. Number 1, I would say Ukraine, because Ukraine is not EU. So you got the money is a lot further. The women are, it's new. It's outside the EU and it's nice. And the women are very, very, for white women, oh, bloody hell. Amazing white women in Ukraine. Ukraine, number 1. That's where you're going to check out. Second one, Germany. German women, there's no women who love black men like German women. German women is number 2. Number 3, I would say, is Poland. Go Poland. And Poland, you'll have a really good time, because Polish women love black men too. So that's top 3 for me. That's top 3 for me. I would say top 3 for me. I would say Ukraine. Ukraine is definitely number 1, without a doubt. The reception you're going to get in Ukraine, you can't beat that. You just can't beat Ukraine. Ukraine reminds me. Ukraine is a little bit like Thailand and Philippines, but it's just white women. That's all. But yeah, Ukraine, you can't beat that one. Yeah, that's what I would say. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got some nice places, and Germany. German women. What can I say? It's known that German women love the brothers. It's just known all over the world. You're not going to be able to top that one. It's known. Everybody I ever spoke to say German women. Boy, I know a few people was married to German women too. Yeah, German women. And then you got Poland. When the craze was Poland, and we all flowed to England. They all came over to England, man. Poland women are very friendly, man. I had a lot of friends from Poland. That's what I can say. I had a lot of friends from Poland. And Poland girls are very friendly, especially to the brothers. Here in England. And England is different, you know what I mean? England's different to UK is different to other places. But you can, like I said, even when they travel to England and that, you'll get your response out in these places. But Europe is good, man. It's good to travel to Europe, and if it's just located a little bit different if you're in a different area. But if you're located in England, you will. It's easy to get to places cheap. Like I can go to Poland. I can go to Amsterdam for like $50. I can go to Poland for like $70. I can go. Ukraine's a little bit more. Probably Ukraine's probably about $150. These places are cheap for me. You know what I mean? It's cheap. So Europe is cheap for me. It's just that, the thing about the Europe thing is it's just work. Right. Sweden. I put that if you look at my videos, Sweden is good too. No, I didn't put that in my video. Let me get it right. Sorry. No, I didn't. Sorry, let me get it. Sweden is good too. But the thing about Sweden changed. Sweden used to be very good back in the day, but Sweden has changed. I think feminism went down there. I won't go into that one, but they went down there, and I'll tell you what, Sweden changed, mate. Sweden women changed, and they're not like they used to be. Rewind the tape 10 years ago, go to Sweden, you're going to have a good time. Even if you're a brother. Being a brother, you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time. So Sweden used to be good. That's why I didn't put Sweden in my thingy, because I realized how Sweden has gone in the last 5 to 10 years, and I didn't want to tell someone to go down to a place that's not going to be as good as somewhere like Ukraine, where Ukraine now that you're going to have a really good time, and the reception is going to be really good. And you know what I mean, and they're gonna be all over you. They're gonna be all over you in Ukraine here. You know what I mean, like that. But yeah, Europe, man. Europe, you can even do Europe. You know what I mean. But because I live in Europe, I live in Europe. That's why it's different for me. Like I said, even if you come to the UK, if you come to the UK, right? If you come to the UK and you go out clubbing and you get in your age group and you don't mind the age group, you're gonna have you're gonna get women. If you're a single guy, you come to England and you say, okay, let's put it like that. If you're a brother, and you go, there's five black towns. There's five black towns in England where you could travel to, and I'm gonna name them in a minute. Right, Ukraine versus Thailand is my question based on what I've heard been talked about. Which place should I go? Thailand, definitely, without a doubt. Thailand. Thailand. The thing about Thailand is that you got every last thing was there as well, and the thing about it, you're gonna win. You're gonna win on everything. That's the thing about Thailand. You're going to win. You want beach, you're gonna win. You want this, you're gonna win. You want a vlog, you're gonna win. You want to meet a lot of people, you're gonna win. You want nice food, you're gonna win. You want you want night clubbing, you're gonna win. It's got everything. It's just, it's just the only problem. The two problems with Thailand right now, why people are left, is because two things. One, the exchange rate, and two is the visa problem. That's the only thing. That's the only two problems with Thailand. Everything else, Thailand is very hard to beat. So that's the answer to your question. Like I said, in England now in England, if you want to come to England and you're a single guy and you want to decide that you want to have a good time, you can. There's places. There's Birmingham City Centre. There's Bristol City Centre. There's Liverpool City Centre. There's Manchester City Centre. Right? You got Leeds as well. Right? All these places, but all these places has got good. It's got good mixed race, black women in your age group, just single. Loads of white women too. But you got some really beautiful. If you go to Liverpool, you'll see the most beautiful mixed race women in the world. You would think they were Brazilian. You would think they were Brazilian. That's why you see some really. So if you want to go to Birmingham, you'll see black girls you never ever seen. You would think you was in a music video in Birmingham. So you can do it. You can do it in UK as well. But the thing about UK, you're gonna work. I run business. I work. I work. I do run business. Last thing I want to do now is start working again. But if you're a young guy and you want to work, and you decide, look, man, this traveling shit is not really for me. Let me go somewhere else. Check out. You come down to England and you give yourself a little bit of a challenge. You're gonna win because there's a lot of single girls down there. A lot of single girls, white, black, mixed race. Single, loads of single, So it's not like I'm writing off England. It's just the fact that I'm a busy guy. I'll be honest with you. I'm a busy guy. I've run multiple businesses. You know what I mean? And it's not like I haven't got time for that. I haven't got time. And then you're talking about the rebound as well. And then you're gonna have to go back up there, and it's all time and effort. And it's effort, isn't it? And then another thing is that when you have a relationship in the UK, you can't exactly say that I'm going to go Thailand next week. I'm going to have a good time. You can't say that, can you? It's not going to work for you, is it? Very good, is it? It's not going to be working out very good for you. You're going to have to choose one or the other. It's either you're single and you're going to have a really good time, or you could chill out. You don't have to go out with no women, but you could be single and explore the earth, or you're going to have a nice girl and you're going to just chill with a nice girl. But you might be able to find a happy medium, but it's going to be very difficult, especially for women in the UK, because they're possessive. They like their men they don't like their men to be traveling all over the earth. They, thinking that they're Superman. They want their men at home. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, even England. You can have a good time, you know what I mean? You can have a good time, but like I said, if you're vlogging, I wouldn't say vlogging in Ukraine. You can vlog in Ukraine. People done good and done not bad in Ukraine, but Thailand, you can't touch Thailand for vlogging. You can't touch the food. You can't touch the people, the laugh, the this, the that. You can't touch it for vlogging. You know what I mean? And even though now vlogging has gone downhill, as I said, it's been oversaturated for vlogging. But you can also go Philippines. Philippines. A lot of people are doing good in Philippines, and I saw a video on Philippines, and people got a lot of views, millions of views in down in the Philippines. So Philippines is a good choice too. You can check out down in the Philippines if you're a vlogger as well. You know what I mean? So there's a few places like you can even go if you're a vlogger. You can go to Italy. But Italy, the reason why I don't put Italy on my list, because Italy, if you're a single guy, and I always promoting single guys and coming out of their comfort zone and coming out. If you're a single guy, you don't want to go to Italy. Well, good luck to you, because you're gonna have a hard time, ain't you? You're gonna have a hard time because it's a historical city, very historical, very beautiful city, but it's not conducive for a single man's paradise. You know what I mean? I also put Amsterdam in there, but I never talk about Amsterdam. The reason I don't talk about Amsterdam because Amsterdam is even good. But the thing about Amsterdam is the way it's set up. It's not set up in a way which you're gonna. It's not if you're a single man's paradise and you're looking for a girlfriend experience, it's going to be very difficult down in Amsterdam. That's all I can say, because that's the thing. That's the edge which is Asia's got, and some of these places like you can have a girlfriend experience. You can go to the cinema. You can go. I'm not saying to go and pick up a bar, go and go to the cinema, but I'm saying if you want, you can meet a girl. Like I met a girl in the Philippines in the mall, and she's cool. She finished work. We can go down to cinema. You can go, you can go down and play bowling, or you can do something else. You can have some sort of interaction, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean, wham, bam, thank you, man. It doesn't have to be nothing like that, you know what I mean? It just has to be, there's some sort of interaction. There's some sort of, girlfriend experience with it, whatever way you want to put it, you know what I mean? But I mean, like I said, that's what the edge is, these places has got on it. Like I said, it all depends on your age group. It all depends on your lifestyle. It all depends on what you're into. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, I cater for all kind of people. You know what I mean? I cater for all age groups and everything else. You know what I mean? And we can have conversations. We can have conversations like this, all the time, and talk about traveling the earth, and you know what I mean. We can talk about I have consultations with guys about where they're going and where's this and whatever feels comfortable for them, you know what I mean? But like I said, you know what I mean, it all depends on your choice and what's best for suits your pocket at the same time as well, you know what I mean? But I know that a lot of Black American guys hasn't been to Asia, and I like encouraging them to go to Asia. I like encouraging them because good adventure, nothing gained, nothing adventured. You got to adventure. You know what I mean? If you're not adventuring, then you ain't gained none. So it's always good to go South America. South America is brilliant. You know what I mean? But if you can get something different, it's going to be safe. If another brother tells you, look, man, it's safe down there, it's not a problem. You're not going to face problems. You're not going to face this. If you can hear it from my mouth and then say, okay, well, I want to go, then that's my job done. You understand? To say that I encourage you to go down there and show you that, look, man, you can change. You can go different places. You know what I mean? If they decide that they want to close down a strip for a little while, no problem. They want to change up. If you want to go to the same place, like I always said, clubs will open and clubs will close. It doesn't make no difference. You know what I mean? I seen it all the time when I was living in Thailand. Clubs open, they close. But boy, you know what? The next 2 months it's open again. The party's gonna go on, bro. It goes on. Businesses have to run. Businesses runs the same. No one's gonna turn down business, but you just have to just go through that process of business. Running business abroad is not an easy thing. Business abroad is not the same. Would I want to do business abroad? I'd rather do business in the West than do business abroad, because business abroad is nowhere near the same as doing business in the West. When I was doing business in Thailand, sometimes it was so challenging, it was unbelievable. The things which you think, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, in the Western world, is not the same as they don't conduct themselves in the same kind of way. It's different. So you have to adapt to that, and you have to be very patient. You have to put on your patience, and and that's what I'm saying. Business is not easy. Business is not easy. I would rather do business in the West. And then, we're not there because there's guidelines and there's certain things you can, there's certain things you can't do. You know what I mean? In the West is different. It's not like, for example, if you buy a flat in the Western world, that's if you go away for 10 years and come back, that flat's going to be there more than likely if you paid for it, or if you're paying for it every month, it's going to be there. Now, you might buy a condo somewhere and come back in 5 years' time, the whole building's gone. Now everything's gone, completely gone, changed, different name, different. Yeah, you lost everything. I mean, people's lost. I've seen people lose money left, right, and center all over traveling, doing business and trying to think it's the same rules in the Western world as it is in the as in Asia, and it's not the same rules. It's different rules. You know what I mean? And you've got to understand that. You know what I mean? If you're going to do business in Asia or in the Western world or in Asia or different places, you have a lot of patience. You know what I mean? Have a lot of patience. You know what I mean? Have a lot of patience, and you'll be all right. You know what I mean? You'll be all right. But like I said, these places are coming up. Ukraine, Ukraine is coming up. A lot of people are coming back. I started to go Ukraine now. Ukraine is becoming a nice place to travel to. You know what I mean? And it's a little bit out of the way, but I think Ukraine is definitely going to be on the cards for sometime 2020. You know what I mean? And Japan as well, and couple other places, you know what I mean? I wanna check a couple other places. I want to check a couple unusual places, you know what I mean? Some unusual places where I haven't been before, which I want to check out and see what's different, see what's out there, you know what I mean? Because I even want to go to Africa. I want to go to Gambia. I heard Gambia is good. Ethiopia. Ethiopia's got the most beautiful women, some very beautiful women. I used to date a Ethiopian woman when I was younger, and Ethiopia. I would love to go to Ethiopia, check out Ethiopia. Gambia, places like that. Check out a few places. Check out throughout the world. The world, like I said, explore the earth. You know what I mean? And see what's out there. You know what I mean? And like I said, for me, materialistic things is not on my agenda. My agenda is experience, good health, living good, traveling around, meeting people, encouraging people, be positive, being positive people, and just basically just changing aspects of the way some people think. Because I've met a lot of people, and sometimes the way they think is just unbelievable how you can think like that. But I can understand if you've never been nowhere before. If you tell me a place, if I was closed-minded and you told me a place, I'm not closed-minded, so you could tell me anywhere, and I'm gonna be more intrigued than anything else. But there's some people they're closed-minded, and you tell them something, and then that's it. They give you every negative thing under the planet, and then the next minute they don't go. So for me, I just want positive people around me. I want to encourage people to do some things different. You know what I mean? I want to, get this YouTube thing going on. Get some different people. Different aspects of it. You know what I mean? Encourage different people to travel around the world. You know what I mean? And talk about their experiences too. You know what I mean? And different experiences, man, because boy, at the end of the day, this is what life's all about. Experiencing different things, and seeing different sides of the story, right? It's not everybody's going to listen to you. Not everybody's going to believe you. Like I said, even making my videos, we talk about making my videos now. We talk about making my videos. Let me have a drink. Right. Making my videos. 90% of the time, I got good positivity from a lot of people. And I realize people which are very educated and very well-traveled or open-minded, they thank me for what I've contributed to their life, even if it's for 5 minutes. Now you got the other side of the people, which I try to ignore them. You know, like I said, some of my videos are controversial, and you know, I just ignore them. You know what I mean? And but you get the other side, which some people, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to be negative. You know what I mean? And they're going to have a negative aspect. They're going to have a side of it. And like I said, um, what's the most controversial video I ever made? I think the most, yeah, the most. I've made a few, but there was one or two which I made which was very controversial, and I got a lot of slack back from it. And I just said, look, man, that's my side of it. You understand? If you don't like my side of it, then boy, that's the way it goes. I can only give you my side of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I tell you a really slack what I got back. It was my video I made about Thai women versus Filipino women. That's what it was. And I had to delete a few comments on it. And because obviously there is a competition between the two of them, obviously, because you know, now I tried to break it down as much as I could to make out like which ones are better looking, which can speak English better, you know, which are more advanced. I tried to break it down in a way which just basically knowledge of what I know. And some women really took it in the wrong way, like to say I wasn't trying to put anybody down. Like, for example, I said, look, Filipino women can speak English really well. Thai girls speak broken English. Now, some Thai girls are like, oh, I don't speak broken English, you know. And then I'll put a different aspect, like to say, you know, Filipino women, they're more, they're a little bit 15 years behind Thai women. Filipino women was like, we're not 15 years behind. The only people you've engaged with those people in the different districts was in the party scene. Well, I've met loads of Filipino women. It's not only about party scene. So you know, you can't please everybody. You can't go around pleasing everybody. You know what I mean? I tried to give the best aspect, but there was a lot of people who said the guys was like, "That's true. What you said was true." Because you know what? When I went to Thailand, I realized they speak English. And what they speak when I went to Philippines, they speak English, and when I went to Thailand, they were speaking kind of broken. And when I went to Philippines, I realized that they're not exactly as far ahead as Thailand girls, are they? You know what I mean? They don't seem as much. I said, so, you know, you can't go around pleasing everybody. You understand? YouTube is not to please everybody. YouTube is just to give your side of the story, you know what I mean? And do the best that you can do. And if you can reach out and touch somebody and encourage somebody, for me anyway, then that's a tick in my box. You know what I mean? You know, there's some people what do YouTube for money. There's some people who do YouTube just for the fun of it. There's some people who's got thousands of subscribers and they don't make a penny. You know what I mean? And they're just doing it for fun. You know what I mean? And they're just doing it for the hobby of it. You know what I mean? And there's some people who's got 7,000, 8,000 subscribers, and then they're whacking it. They're making they're making thousands of dollars a month off YouTube. You know what I mean? And like I said, they're not even giving you no advice. They're not giving you no encouragement. They're not telling you nothing, which is you walk away from it and you say, I never thought about that. They're just, you know. But like I said, it all depends on the way you want to what you want to get out of your YouTube. And I'm going to read another comment. Boss Barry, you should write a small guidebook and sell it. Call it Barry's Single Paradise Series, Volume 1, Thailand, Philippines. Yeah, well, you know, I thought about that, you know, and I had that in the pipeline, and I actually had a book that was going to come out. And you know what? The funny thing about it, I decided that when I was going to make the YouTube, I said, why would I want to write a book when I can just put it on YouTube? Because at the end of the day, if you know anything about marketing, now marketing a book and marketing on YouTube is a totally different ball game. People are giving books away for free. You see how much people giving books away for free. You know why? Because boy, you try and sell that book. You know what I mean? You try and sell it. You could put it on Kindle, you could put it on little things like that and try and sell it. You try and sell it. You know what I mean? It's not easy. And you might sell a few, or you might, but if you're talking about marketing and you're talking about interacting with people, you better get your face in front of the camera, or and start interacting. That's when people want to see you, people want to feel you, people want to hear what you're about. Because the thing about a camera, and the one thing about YouTube, you can feel what person's all about. They can't lie on YouTube, man. That's one thing I realized about YouTube. You can't lie the way your feelings are. I've been watching these live streams, man, and I tell you what, people just read people like a book. If you're trying to cheat people, you're trying to think, or you're desperate, or you're just whatever they want to call it, they read you like a book. So you can't lie, but you got to get right in front of people, man. And like I said, I'm not writing it out. I might write a book in the future, or maybe I should write, but a lot of people say that to me, but people want to interact with you, and people want to see you, people want to feel you, people want to hear you get interacted with you live, right in your face, like what we're doing now. We're interacting, and this is what people want to feel, and if this is what people want to feel, this is what I'm trying to put it to. So I decided to put it onto YouTube instead of pulling it into a book for now. Just try and go down the YouTube road, and I had a lot of fun making them videos. It was hard though. It's hard to make the videos because, boy, you have to, when you're dropping knowledge, you got to know what you're talking about. Because people are here to judge you, ain't they? If you say one thing which is wrong, then Like I made a video like top 5 places in Asia for black men to travel to, and that was I put Berlin, and then one guy put in a comment, I said the capital is Berlin, and then the guy said, why did you think it's Berlin? And it is Berlin. It's just being silly, So basically, you have to know what you're talking about and to know exactly what you got to say, what you're saying, because people will judge you, and they don't want to. No one wants to hear people just talking trash for cash or trash for nothing. YouTube has got 50 million active YouTubers here, 50 million, right? And why do they have to listen to me? Why do they have to listen to anybody? You know what I mean? So, if any guys which are on here now, I answer their questions and I answer their thingy, because I know that you could be anywhere else, listen to any other YouTuber. You know what I mean? You got 2 billion people who watch YouTube monthly. You know what I mean? So YouTube is a big platform, which I decided that I wanted to tap into and make a difference. You know what I mean? Make a difference in a kind of way. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about traveling, and we're gonna talk about traveling. We're gonna give this another 10 minutes, and we're gonna wrap this up. So if you got any questions, I'm wrapping this up. I've been 3 hours on this thing now, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna keep on doing it. And we're gonna do it to encourage people, and we're gonna change some people's life. You know what I mean? And if you got any questions, you email me. Email me. Or if you want to add me on my Facebook, it's all in my about page. Everything is in my about page, and you can hit me up. You know what I mean? And like I said, we're here for the long run. We're here for the long run. We're here to encourage people. And I appreciate my supporters, you understand? I appreciate people who ask me any questions, you know what I mean? As long as it's positive, I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't know everything, you know what I mean? I don't know everything. A man who thinks he knows everything, he knows nothing, you understand? So I don't know everything. I might learn something from you, you understand? And I've learned a lot on YouTube along the way, and you know what I mean. It's a good platform to be on, and you know what I mean. You can reach and touch people. You know what I mean. You have to be sensitive about what you say in certain ways. But we're not here indulging in the wrong things on YouTube. We're just talking about encouraging single men to travel, to come out of their comfort zone and travel the earth. You know what I mean? And see what's out there. You know what I mean? See for yourself, feel, touch. You know what I mean? And you will find what you wanna what you're looking for. There's more out there than just sitting at home. There's more. I'm gonna read another one of your comments because I don't miss none of your comments. I got 1 week off working in 2 weeks' time. Any suggestions for a cheap, cheerful, quickie holiday? Well, it depends on where you are, Johnny. It depends on where you are. You know what I mean? It depends where you're situated. Because I can't say to you for a quick one and then tell you to come to Europe and you're in America. So I got to tell you where. If you can tell me where you are, I can tell you where to go. You know what I mean? Remember, I got to be right out here. You know, that's the way we do it. We're doing it right. You know what I mean? Like I said, it depends on where you are. You're in the UK, right? So if you're in the UK and you want a quickie, Ukraine, Ukraine. We spoke about it. Ukraine, bro. Ukraine. If you want a real quickie, go Amsterdam. You know what I mean? I say Amsterdam. If you want a quickie, go Ukraine. But if you want a real quickie, go Amsterdam. Amsterdam, dirt cheap, real cheap to go to, real cheap. You know what I mean? You got, Amsterdam, Ukraine. That's what I would say. Then you know that's from there. And if you Asia, Asia's not cheap, mate. You know, for a quick week, if you got a quick 2 week, you got a quick 1 week off. Yeah, well, if you want to go to Philippines, if you can get a cheap flight, you might get a cheap flight. But my encouragement would be, if you want a quickie, I would say go Ukraine, go Amsterdam, and check them places. Go try to stay Europe if you want a quick one. You know what I mean? I mean, any other place, if you're going to go South America and you're in England, it's not going to be cheap, and it's not going to be it's hard for a quick one. You got a long old flight to get there for 1 week and come back. I won't encourage it. I personally, I don't travel nowhere. I don't travel nowhere unless I can go for a long time, because when I'm traveling way out. So I'm going to go way out. You got the jet lag. You want to get over that jet lag, and then after that jet lag, you get over the jet lag. You got you got to rest off and then try and enjoy the place. So if Europe's a quick thing, boom, you're there, boom, you're there, you're out. You know what I mean? So that's why I encourage. That's what I encourage you. If you say Europe, it's best for you to stay in Europe. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got 5 more minutes left, and we've got 5 more minutes left. If you got any more questions, I'm gonna take them because I'm wrapping this thing up. I've been 3 hours. We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be on this live, and we're gonna keep going. You understand? And like I said, anywhere in Europe you should try and check out. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be too expensive. You could do it on a week. Quite a good budget as well, you know what I mean? If you're going to go Amsterdam, or if you're going to go Ukraine, check out a different place, you know what I mean? But if Philippines is far. Thailand is far for 1 week. It's far, you know what I mean? It's far. I don't know. It's tough. South America is far for 1 week, you know what I mean? It's far. You know, I mean, you could go DR. You'll have a good time for 1 week. Yeah, I know people who's been DR for 1 week. Dominican Republic, I should say, get it right. You could go DR. There's a few places you could go, but I mean, anywhere like that, anywhere like Europe would be good for you, and check it out and see what's around, man. You'll have a good time, man. You know what I mean? You'll have a good time. 1 week, you can go on holiday for 1 week. I've even been Thailand for 1 week. I went for 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I've been Thailand for 2 weeks. Yeah, you can still have a good time. You know what I mean? It all depends on your budget. It depends on what's good for you, what's conducive for you. You know what I mean? And like I said to you, we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna keep plugging at it. We're gonna keep plugging at it. Like I said, watch my videos, man. Watch my videos. I got some videos out there which is gonna give you some good tips. It's gonna give you some good encouragement, and yeah, you watch the videos and get the encouragement. Barry, you said the real deal. I got to run. When are you doing it next live stream? Thanks, brother. Okay, no problem. Next live stream, I'm going to think about it. It's Sunday tomorrow, so I'm going to think about it. It's probably going to be what I'll do. I'm going to set a schedule before I do it this time, and that means a lot of people can know when I get the next live stream going on. And more than likely, it's going to be before next week. Before next week, I say before next Saturday, we'll do it. We'll do another live stream, and we'll take it from there. We're going to have a good one, and we encourage your friends to come. You know what I mean? Invite your friends to come. You know, I'm tell them that, look, mate, we're just having a good conversation about traveling the world, and you know what I mean, encourage your friends, tell them, show them my channel, you know what I mean, so tell them to subscribe. Who haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, you know what I mean, and you know, subscribe and share. That's what's important. Sharing and subscribing. That's what's important. That's what we're going for. You know what I mean? And if you can get that, if we can get our tribe up, we can get a good tribe up. We can make this Club Fillers Inc. YouTube channel, you know, sustainable for everybody, and we get good advice and we learn from each other. You know what I mean? And we get the chats going and read the chats. You know, the chat sometimes gives you some really good advice. I read chats in live screens and I get some good heads up in the chats as well, even though I talk, because I can only talk so much, but there's some people which really know a lot about traveling. And if you know anybody who's into that, send them my YouTube channel. And like I said, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on YouTube. If you want to, if you want to email me, you can email me. My email is all in this. Everything's in the description and in the about page. And I'm about to run off this thing right now. So, you know, you guys take it easy. Thanks a lot for listening to me. And we're going to do it again very soon. And any questions you have or anything you want to ask me, don't be afraid to hit me up. Barry the Boss is signing off.